See, Adam Lucy's out with a hamstring.
Sorry, I'll get rid of this. Sorry.
Murray.
That's mate.
Welcome along to the NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final of 2013. Matt Ridley joined with Mark Kennedy. Beautiful conditions greet the players today. Aspley Hornets taking on the Brisbane Lions reserves. Mark, the stage is set. It's been a wonderful season, and this is going to be a cracking grand final.
Well, it's certainly what I'm looking forward to. It's been a massive build-up, and of course these two sides played in one of the semi-finals there to see who went through the grand finals. A 2-point margin then. Brisbane have had some great ins, and Aspley have shown some great form. So I think it sets us up today for what really is a magnificent contest, and I just think we are going to see a great spectacle, if nothing else, for the NEAFL competition.
Also joining us down on the boundary line is Jason Cotter with all the latest updates. Cots, I believe there's a late change for the Aspley Hornets.
Riddler, there is. Austin Lucy didn't get through training during the week, which is really unfortunate for him. So he won't play, so that'll help Brisbane Lions a little bit because he's always dangerous around goals.
So Brendan Colch comes in for him. They sub a bit of a tall for another tall in Brendan Colch. Usually a player that will swing around half back, and also with the latest change with the Brisbane Lions. Mark Kennedy, you've got something.
Well, it is quite a sensation. We've seen a great player for the Lions at the NEAFL level this year in Patrick Karnezis. He is out of today and apparently back in Melbourne, so that's a massive out. And I think it's young Archie Smith who actually comes in for him today. So it's a great to see another young fella get an opportunity at this grand final level.
The field umpires today: Jason Baldwin, Andrew Stevens, and Aaron Hall. The emergency Matthew Young. On the boundary, Isaac Box, Nick Henniker, and Gareth Hughes. In the goals, Robbie Whitehead and Alistair Meldrum. With the emergency, Brett Fuchs. To get us updated with all the action down on the ground, there's a bit of a breeze picking up there, Cots.
There is, Riddler. It's probably coming across the ground, but you'd have to say to the southern end it's favoured, which is the AFLQ office end. So Aspley were really good last week against us in getting the ball the other side of the ground and away from the coach's box, and coming home with that wind and used it really well to advantage. I'm sure Brisbane will be wanting to do the same thing, and then when they haven't got the wind, they'll want to possess the footy, work the footy in short and up the ground and try and maintain possession as much as possible. So it's going to be a real game within a game with the wind and against the wind.
These two sides have met twice this season. Round 14, the Brisbane Lions beating Aspley by 48 points. It was a much closer contest in the second semi-final. That was a fortnight ago. Brisbane Lions beating Aspley by 2 points at Graham Road. Kanga, I'm going with the Aspley Hornets. I just think the passion will be a lot greater with the Hornets. Coach Blair doing wonders, having the Hornets come from 9th in 2012 to playing out in the grand final. They're my tip. It's going to be a great game, maybe by a goal or two.
Well, I'm going to go the other way, Riddler. I'm going to go for the Brisbane Lions. They have been the standout side all year. I think they've only been beaten twice in season 2013. The big ins for them are Sam Michael and also Jordan Lyle. So two talls coming in, which I believe can really stretch the Aspley defence, and I think that if they can cut even at through the midfield, the Brisbane Lions, and I think they'll go a long way to winning this contest. One of the big things I think also is that O'Brien and also Close and Paparone are going to be vital keys, and further to that, I think some of it will really depend upon how well the top-up players for the Brisbane Lions go, and there are some talented young men running around in that bottom part of that group that if they play well, I think that will just complement their listed players.
So usually with the NEAFL, there is 16 listed players when a reserve side plays, so like the Suns or the Swans or the Lions. You can have a maximum 16 of the listed players, and then you have 7 top-up players to make you 22. Oh, sorry, 6 top-up players. Today, with Carnesis out, they have to bring in another top-up player. In this case, it's Archie Smith.
Yeah, I might might go back down to Jason Cotter, because I think I'm very interested to know what his tip is today. Being obviously heavily involved with Southport, so he's seen both of these sides go at it during the season.
Kangaroo, I agree with you, buddy, that they got 2 really big ins in obviously Lyle and Sammy Michael. That's going to be very important. But the battles in the midfield, as we all know, and Aspley are very good in there. Ives and Toy and Matthews and obviously Sainsbury has a run through there, Shaney Stiller. So it's really, I've tipped Aspley by 3 points, but it could go either way, and it's who takes the luck at the right time. Obviously, Paddy Carnesis is a big out.
So both sides are getting ready in the middle of the ground as we will be upstanding for the rendition of the Australian National Anthem. So the stage is set for the 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final. The winner of today will not only take the accolades of being the best side in the NEAFL Conference, but also tackle for the NEAFL Championships next week at Graham Road. They'll play the winner, I think, out of Balconnen and the Sydney Swans, which will be played at 1 o'clock down in the Canberra region, I think.
I think it's actually at Aspley's home ground next week at Graham Road is what the call is. So we're differencing on opinion of who's going to win today, and we're difference of opinion on where they're going to play next week.
So Cots, any changes down there on the ground? The breeze definitely favouring the right as we see at the southern end.
Yeah, the breeze definitely going that way, and Brisbane have won the toss and going left of screen, so they're going up. So they'll come home with it. Maybe that's their plan, to come home in the last quarter, probably because they think it's going to be a tough, tight game, and I agree with them. And Aspley got the wind assist this quarter, so it'll be interesting.
Make sure you keep on your toes down there, Cots. We'll come down to you straight after the bounce to get all the interchange and just to see if there's any late changes down there on the ground. Mark, everything is set for the grand final.
Yeah, look, I think the confines of Leishon Park here are going to be crucial. The Brisbane Lions, of course, have had those few weeks break, advantage of getting into the grand final first. Aspley, of course, have played every week of the finals and had some tough tasks in front of them. So they'll step up to the challenges, no doubt about it. They're going to really rely on their fleet-footed running brigade to really generate goals for them. So it's going to be very interesting to see the way the Brisbane Lions try and shut them down their run and then take advantage of them with their height.
Earlier today in the TIS Cup for the reserves, Morningside beating Southport by 26 points, and following this game will be the under-18s, the rising stars of the competition, Mount Gravatt versus Southport there, and that will be another close game. But As Cott said, Brisbane winning the toss. They'll kick to the left as we see it, slightly into the breeze in the first quarter. Always a bit of a risk because you don't know what the breeze is going to do.
Yeah, certainly. And it's going to be interesting to see the way Brisbane play against the breeze or into the breeze first up, whether they're able to push a man back or they choose to do that, or they really back themselves to kick a couple into the breeze and take control of the game early. So tactics are going to be very interesting, and the way these two sides play the ground as much as play the wind.
So Billy Longer in the ruck. The Lions have actually already spread. They're into their positions. Aspley taking a lot longer down on their, what will be their half-back line in front of the electronic scoreboard. And they've now broken and they'll go into positions.
Any key matchups that you really looking forward to today?
I think Hutchinson's got to go to Cornelius. I think Hutchinson's one of the best fullbacks of the competition. Cornelius, he really has the X factor for the Lions today. And
might just ask Kotz if he can check out any key matchups that he think might be crucial to the outcome of the contest as well.
I certainly think one of the big Brisbane forwards needs to take care of Robbie Copeland. He was fantastic last week in cutting a lot off and sending the ball the other way. Eddie Sansbury on the wing, that's another real important matchup. He'll go wing on ball, half forward. He's lined up at half forward at the moment, and he's been picked up by one of the youngsters, so that's going to be an interesting matchup.
So umpire Stevens has the ball in hand. And we're underway to begin the 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference. Aspley to the right of screen, the Lions to the left. It'll be Longer in the ruck to go up against Reed. Give that to Reed just. Toy, tackled as he got it. Who can get the first possession? And the all-important first goal, Smith dives on it. Umpire says, I'll have it.
First quick surprise was that Robbie Copeland actually went down forward. So he's pushed down there and he's just pushing up into the midfield there, but he's going to play as that defensive forward, I believe.
Rucks go at it. Reed and Longer. Again, Longer that time. Toy's kick, partly smothered. James is in there doing the tackling. And we'll have another stoppage. Kotz, just quickly, the interchange.
Yeah, the interchange, I've got them here. For Aspley, it was Ives, Forbes, and I didn't get the two others. And the Brisbane, it was Callum Bartlett, Daniel Henderson, Lewis Radford, and Big Archie Smith from Mount Gravatt.
So Sansbury pumps it in forward for the Hornets, but it's the Lions getting back, and O'Brien takes a mark. And he looks to play on. Looking for an option first. Short kick, and finds his teammate here in Hayes.
Hayes, just outside defensive 50. This time he finds Pendlebury. And that one goes off to a teammate who in turn puts it over forward. Thompson just bats it over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in around at in front of the Aspley interchange box, and that kick came from Weirden, who'll be a very important listed player. Opening clinches, minute and a half gone, both sides feeling him out, no score as yet. Here's Longer and Reed. Longer got his hand on that one. Here comes Matthews for Aspley, trying to find a way through. Here's Conway, just scrubs it up the line and goes out in front. In fact, there's a free kick on play, and it'll come back to Adam Hughes and be against Niall McKeever. So, at half forward, looking long to kick into attack.
Goes to the pocket. I'll go for it. Nellis over the line, out of bounds, so we'll have a throw in. So the Hornets kicking with the breeze to the right of screen. Kotz, 1 or 2 goal breeze to the right.
Yeah, 2 goal breeze.
So the Hornets have it in the first quarter. Yet to score. No score, in fact. 2 minutes gone. Reed. French is there. Smith. O'Brien, a little kick. Just too much for Crisp. Over the line. We'll have another throw in.
Just need to push it out the scoring side for Aspley, as the viewers will see is not in this dead pocket here. It's over the far side of the ground.
Big crowd in here. Leyshon Park, Yeronga. Longer and Reed. Matthews couldn't get the run of it. Good tackle by Conway. Umpire Hall takes his time, eventually blows a whistle. Isaac Conway, interesting story.
Yeah, very, very interesting. He played in the Brisbane Lions Premiership last year, and he lines up against them this year for a Premiership for Aspley, hopefully. So the hit out comes. Goes off to Weirden, off to McKeever. McKeever at a defensive 50. Can't quite find a target. Michael. Thompson tries to map up. Copeland is robbed of it. Michael now comes away with the ball. Long handball to close. They're going forward to half 50. Here's Radford. Goes towards forward 50. He can shoot for goal. Does it come around? No. First score of the day to the Brisbane Lions, and it is one behind, leading Aspley yet to score.
And they bring it in quickly. Find Wagner, the left footer. Very talented young man. Wagner, short, Reed, marks and plays on, and then got a handball out. A little bit messy build up there for the Hornets. Over the line and out of bounds. Cots, what do you think the crowd is at the moment?
Couple of thousand here today, and I think it's still building, so it's looking like being a really good community crowd today. 4
minutes in, first quarter. Jason Cotter on the boundary, Mark Kennedy and Matt Ridley up here in the box. Give that to Michael at the back, got it down to Longer. His kick only as far as Thompson. Now that could be pinged. Umpire Baldwin. Happy to let things go, which is good. And we'll have a bounce down.
Certainly a bit of feeling out there, and Reed showed his nerves early there just a second ago. Trying to play on at all costs here to get the ball inside forward 50, and Banfield and Longer really let him know about it. So Longer gets the kick down away, and he goes as far as he scrubs it forward to Thompson. So he's right at his defensive 50. Looks for a short kick, finds Conway. Isaac Conway will be in the thick of the drafting. I think he'll find an AFL club next year without doubt. He comes down the line on this occasion. There's Burke, gets a big fist on it. Forbes with a quick handball off to Sansbury. Sansbury takes a bounce, approaches and goes inside forward 50, can shoot for goal. What a ripper! The opening goal of the day to the Aspley Hornets and Eddie Sansbury.
Yes, I said he'd be dangerous. You got to watch him. He's played in 2 flags at Centrals and in the Sandful, and also been on an AFL list and played AFL footy at North Melbourne. Very dangerous, takes his opportunities and can hurt.
So the first one to Eddie Sansbury, and we're 5 minutes in, first quarter, 1 straight 6 plays, 1 behind, margin 5 points. And as Cots just said, he's got that AFL experience, and it counts for a lot when it comes to AFL Grand Finals in the Northern Conference.
I think the poise was the thing that struck me. He knew when to go, he knew how far to run, and then he could steady and kick for goal. Fantastic piece of work.
Have both sides settled yet, Mark?
I think there's still a few nerves of guys who haven't touched it as yet.
Umpire Stevens gets us back underway. Give that to, is it Reed? In fact, Forbes is in the ruck as well now. And free kick to Darcy Cameron Reeves. Goes out to the wing. Johnny James is there. In fact, that's almost a mark. The umpire said play on. The crowd wanted a mark. Matthews got a handball back. And now Wagner, the left footer. Short kick and finds Clark on the outer side.
So Clark, former Brisbane Lions reserves coach himself. He's actually playing against them as well. Kicks inside forward 50. They create a contest. There's Nellis, goes over the top, and Sansbury, can he get a foot to it? No, he can't, but the ball stays in play. It continues to stay in play. Might have been a free kick for too high. They've called play on, though. Brisbane Light trying to bring it through. There's Johnny James, who's terrific last week. Nellis off the ground. Fantastic piece of... Wait, hold on.
He's called a throw. Called a throw.
And that's a throw is up. And Jordan Burke will take the free kick, and a big let-off for the Brisbane Lions. Yeah. 2 in quick succession might have been very dangerous.
Yeah, they butchered one there, the Hornets. A couple of chances.
They've started to open the game up, boys, which is going to be in Aspley's favour, and Brisbane need to slow it down.
Burke, short, got crisp. Sensational 2 weeks ago, 30 touches, best on ground, out wider, Paparone. On the back flank, back pocket, outer side. Goes long into the breeze towards centre wing. Cornelius takes a mark. A NEAFL.com.au mark of the day. 7 minutes in. First quarter. Margin is 5 points. Aspley lead. Short one. Longer. Smack bang centre wing of Leyshon Park.
It just hands it off to Cornelius. He can go further afield to Paparone. Paparone inside forward 50, looking for a big target. But in the way there, beautifully, was Conway. He hands it off from half back to Thompson. Goes out to that man Sansbury. Drops what he should have taken. In there, Weirden is at close attention, has now got him. It's going to be interesting to see what the umpire does. He brought it back underneath him. I think Weirden did. And so therefore the umpire, and that is umpire Stevens, has said, I'll ball it up. So half forward for the Brisbane Lions.
Toy on and Smith on, Matthews and Johnny James off for Aspley.
And quite warm down there too, Cots. We'll have to get a reading on the temperature because there could be plenty of changes off the boundary. So that's quite important as we head into the later stages of the game, the fitness level. So this is Pendlebury. Swings it out right to Paparone. Takes a bounce, runs away from Bevan. And then a kick, just a little too much there for Newell. This could be turned over on the outer side. It will be. Comes inboard to Hutchinson. Polled well in the Grogan, and then a long ball inside 50. Nellis in the box seat. Defence did well for the Lions. Loose footy picked up by Hayes. Hayes goes short, and now Paparone on the outer side.
Paparone just backward as centre. Goes long looking for a target, and Lyle coming over the top there was Stanley. The umpire said it was a push though, and it will be. Play on is the advantage. And here comes Stevenson. Stevenson, errant kick in forward, and it is Conway who's racking up the touches early from defensive 50. He goes outside, finds Hutchison. So Hutchison kicked a mercurial goal late last week. Goes over the top to the running Wagner. Good run and carry. He looks inboard. He'll look for Clark. This is Nathan Clark. He shimmies. He gets around. He goes inside forward 50. Is he looking to goal? Yes, he likes it. And so does the umpire. Great goal there by Nathan Clark. That's his first. And Aspley get away to a flyer. 9 minutes gone. 2 goals playing one behind the Brisbane Lions.
Eddie Sansbury off and Johnny James on, and Ivesy's having a blow now, and Ryan Matthews, the ball magnet, goes back into the middle.
We've seen a couple of times, Mark, the errant kicks inside 50 by the Lions. Conway on 2 occasions dropping back and taking the mark.
Yeah, certainly, and it was on that occasion, I think it was Cameron Stevenson, the youngster, who just pushed it forward and probably panicked a little bit instead of finding a target. And great run from Josh Wagner off the half-back to really set that play up.
So Aspley started well. 2 straight to 1 behind. They lead by 11. We're 9 minutes in, first quarter. And here's another chance. Matthews couldn't quite get a possession out. Clark is there for the Hornets. Banfield, the captain. Matthews, Stiller. It's not coming out of there. Umpire Baldwin crosses himself. Umpires today, Baldwin and Hall and Stevens. They go at it again. Reed, give that to him, number 31. Crisp. Umpire spotted a free kick. It'll go to the Hornets. It'll be Toy. And he kicks it long towards the forward 50. The long lead came out from French. 2 bites of the cherry. The Frenchman picked it up, played on, handball to Satchel, inside 50, handball over the top, but there's no one there. That's all the Lions. A little bit too panicky by the Hornets. They've still got a chance. Whistle on play, free kick to the Lions for a push in the back.
So this is Cameron Reeves. He goes laterally, finds Burke. Burke can push it up the line out of side. Instead, scoring side, he goes over to O'Brien, who's got a little bit of space. He has Toy in pursuit, but just shimmies and breaks free of him. Now he just scrubs it forward, looking for Newell, but in the way there was the big fella in, was Michael. And going up there, in forward, there was Cornelius. I didn't quite catch who the kick came from. Might have been Michael, Sam Michael. And
Newell it was. Newell kicked it in.
Newell, 25. And Cornelius kicked the first for the Brisbane Lions, and he kicks it into the Brisbane River just about. So Aaron Cornelius, prolific goal kicker in the NEAFL competition, has hauled a few bags at senior level AFL, and he kicks the Brisbane Lions first. 11 minutes 40 gone, 1-1-7 to Aspley, 2 straight.
Cots, we're seeing a fair bit of the play on the outer side. Do you think that's a ploy from both coaches to use that outer side and then bring it in with the breeze?
Yeah, I think so. I think Brisbane probably could come out here a bit more often, but it's just a quick decision you've got to make when you get the footy in the back half, but it has been all that side.
So we await the ball in the middle. Looks like Sansbury swapped wings with Stiller as well. So Sansbury on the other side and Stiller on this side of the ground. 2 goals, plays 1-1-7. Margin 5 points, midway through the first quarter. Aspley leading. Here's a chance for Bartlett. Handball. Weirden was in the thick of things. Comes out wide of the Crisp. And now a kick towards a forward 50. Copeland just had to check the run. The handball came out, but here's Conway again. Can he hit a target coming out of defence? Looks for Hughes. Off hands. We'll have a throw in.
Looks like Conway's playing centre bounces back, and he's doing a wonderful job at the moment cutting off the Brisbane attack.
So throw in just in front of the Aspley coach's box. Johnny Blair will be calling the shots today, inducted as a legend at AFL Queensland level during the week at the Grogan Medal presentation. No clear winner in that contest, and we'll have another ball up. So great accolade for John Blair. And of course, AFL Queensland Chairman Darryl Bray inducted to the Hall of Fame, and justly so. Another ball up here. So just working it forward there was Aspley. Hughes was forced to punch defensively. Now it comes to Ives, I should say. Just worked off the ball there was Burke by Nellis, but coming in, the cavalry forced Nellis to kick the ball out of bounds. It was Weirden who applied the good tackle.
So this will be Burke out of fullback. Comes in towards O'Brien. Takes a nice mark. Wants to play on. Comes in board. Mark taken here by Newell. He's got the running Batoli Simmons in the middle. Ignores that. Comes out wider. Smith. The inclusion today for Carnesis. Short. Back to O'Brien. Room to move here on centre wing. And kicks it long, but dropping back and taking a nice mark is Stiller, the Sid Guilford Trophy winner of 2013. He swings it out wider to Thompson. Over the top, uses Wagner. And now back to Thompson. A long handball puts Smith under pressure. Could be turned over on centre wing. Batoli Simmons. Now the Lions will pump it forward towards half forward, and Cornelius marks. In fact, no, it's not. It's Lyle. Now the handball. Here's a chance. Running into goal. Radford. Radford shot on goal. Misses. Minor score 1-8 to 2 straight. Margin 4 points.
Let's see. Aspley will look to bring it back in. Doing the duties last week was Copeland, and did so, I was going to say with aplomb, but it was good enough by McKeever to get a hand on Aspley. They scrub it forward. It's going to come close to the line here. Just working it, trying to get it in there was Matthews, and it went out of bounds before the umpire, I think, was going to call a throw as he hooked it back in. So right in front of us here, the NEAFL TV commentary position. We'll have a throw in. 15 minutes gone. 4 points the margin to the Hornets after 2 early goals. Just holding sway. They are kicking with a breeze. Throw in again. Archie Smith just got a finger to it. It wrapped up beautifully. There was Chris by Ives. The ball runs out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in. Actually, it actually came off the toe, and they've called it out of bounds on the full. So Aspley will take a kick. This is Ives.
So Ives kicks it towards the forward pocket. Forbes dropping back. French will see it over the line and out of bounds. That breeze picking up there, Cots?
Oh, it's blustering up and down, but you wouldn't say it's picked up at this stage.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the later stages this afternoon.
Absolutely, and it'll be Brisbane who come home with it, so it'll be a real interesting scenario in an hour and a half's time.
Reed out of the ruck, pumps it forward another 10 metres. We'll have a throw in. So 1-8 plays 2 straight goals to Sainsbury and Clark for the Hornets. And Aaron Cornelius with the only goal for the Lions. Bandry throwing again. Smith's there. Didn't take possession. Great tackle on Crisp. Eventually just pushed it out. Ives screaming for a free kick. Paparone wants a stoppage.
Threw his head back pretty hard there, Ives, didn't he? I think he was playing very well for a free kick. A good tackling. And Archie Smith, he's a good cut of a kid. Who's been in the ruck there.
Ball goes up close to the boundary line. We'll see another boundary throw in. A little bit of niggle here too. Some feeling between the two sides. Smith and Newell having some pleasantries. Matt Ridley joined with Mark Kennedy and Jason Cotter on the boundary. A long throw in here. It opens up. Matthews, handball, still a chance. Nallis tried to ride the bump. He might get a free kick there. He was slung off it. Umpire said no. We'll have another bounce down, but they're a chance here, the Hornets, pushing for their 3rd goal.
I thought you had a set play there, and it was only good defensive work in the finish to drag them down that they didn't score a nice look at the footy. Ball goes up again. Give that one to Longer. Crisp just works it out. Outside defensive 50. Goes up towards Lyle. Just front spot. The ball just dropped nicely. And he was in the right spot at the right time. So Jordan Lyle at half back. Just goes inboard to Longer. So Longer might be able just to work it out on defensive 50. Goes over the top of McKeever. Now looking for a target. That looks like Bartlett to me. Can he get around? Yes, he can. He breaks a tackle. Goes with the left foot. Inside there. Looked like he was tunnelled was Hayes. No free kick, says the umpire. Now working under it there was Ives. Here's also Copeland. There's Thompson. He's under the ball. Close is in close proximity. There's a good conundrum. Here's Conway to Forbes. He just holds on to it, and he finds Hutchison on the outer side.
He's got a target too. Short kick finds Conway. came from Colch, the inclusion. Conway, short to Thompson. With the bright orange boots and the right shoulder heavily strapped. Nice strong mark there to Hughes. A good little build up here from the Hornets. Can they finish it off with a major? Long kick towards Nellis. Couldn't quite mark the X factor. Loose footy here. Ives will get there first. Handball over the top to Clark. He's a magician. Keep an eye on him. Squares it up. 2 against 1. No mark at the back there. Longer. Footy still alive. Handball came to Conway. Rode the bump. Looks for Toy. Turnover now. Here's Banfield running away from the defensive 50. Short kick Bartlett. Handball inboard. Stevenson. Short kick. Free kick. It'll go to the Lions here at half forward.
So Lyle, he has it. He has a man out wide too. Might be close. In fact, it's Paparone, and he has it at about 45 metres. He'll have to kick it from 50, though, I would imagine.
And into the breeze too. So this, we'll get a good look at what the breeze is doing.
All our hard work at Aspley in that build-up. Yep. The ball's just come back the other way, and Paparone can make them pay and put the Lions in front. 29.5 minutes gone. Paparone comes in, gives it a fair ride. Does it get the distance? It does. Great goal, Marco Paparone. That's his first for today. The Lions second, and they move to 2-2-14. Just 2 straight goals, 12. 20 minutes gone, first quarter. NEAFL, Northern Conference Grand Final.
Yeah, and there's a great battle going on down the other end of the ground between Nellis and Jordan Burke. That's going to be one to watch all day, and it's just going to be a matter of McKeever and Burke and these type of blokes down back can hold the ship down there for them, because Aspley are going to get plenty of inside forward 50s today. You can see it now.
20 gone, first quarter. We're into time on. The Lions lead by 2 points. 2-2-14 to 2 straight. And we'll have to bring it back here for a secondary bounce. The breeze favouring the right of screen. So the Hornets, I'm sure Coach Blair would love to see them in front at quarter time with the aid of the breeze. So we do it a second time. Reid and Smith on this occasion. It comes down to Toy. Got a little cheeky handball out to Matthews, but they're backpedaling here. Wagner, kick to the outer side. A little bit of a one-on-one here. Hughes, does he keep it in? No. Over the line, out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. Centre wing, Lashon Park, with the Lions leading by 2 points. 21 minutes into the 2013 Grand Final.
Throw-in comes right in the far wing. Neither ruckman can get a hand on it. Here comes Johnny James. Excitement machine from PNG is. He gives it over to Bevan, who goes long with that left foot. Long and wide. It stays in, though. Coming through there was French, I think it was. Just in the way there. Also Sansbury trying to work it through. Here comes O'Brien. He's been collared by Sansbury. The umpire says he got a handball, but Conway picks it up. Can he kick straight? No.
That's holding the footy. You have to get a clean possession out, and that was, in my view, holding the footy. So I think they've got away with a couple there. The Hornets probably should be in front. They've had plenty more opportunities inside 50. So the Lions' defence, as Cott said, holding up strong early in the first quarter.
So Burke got it from the kick in. He looks for close outside defensive 50. Well wrapped up there by Wagner. Chain of handballs now. This is an opponent who's looking for Stevenson. Cameron Stevenson. Bushy Copeland goes to meet him and does so solidly. Stevenson lays a tackle, the young man. And they say it's a push in the back. And it is Ryan Thompson for Aspley who will take it just backward of centre on the outer side.
He started well too, Thompson. We haven't got stats, but it'd be nice to have some. He's had plenty of possession this occasion.
Put the mocker on him there, mate.
He's turned it over. Weirden has it. Defensive side of halfway in front of a healthy crowd here at Lashon Park. A kick down the line. A little bit of a push out. In fact, it's a Shepherd. And it will be a Hornets free kick. Robbie Copeland. 143 gamer at the AFL level. Switches play. Poor kick. Didn't have enough on it. Cornelius Marks right on his range. He'll kick from about 52.5 metres into the teeth of the breeze. So an experienced player at half-back turning it over. Cornelius, can he make them pay and kick 2 goals in the first quarter? Yes, he can. The Lions on top. They lead by 7 points. 3-2-20 2-1-13. And Cornelius has 2. The turnover at half back, very costly there, Jason Cotter.
Yes, as we said at the start of the game, that's going to be the difference in the game, in our opinion. Those who execute the best will probably win, because there's not going to be a great margin in the game.
7 points now, the margin. Just heading towards the shadows of quarter time. Of course, the Lions are talking about a 2 to 3 goal breeze going to the end. They're kicking with this quarter, so a good advantage. Pushing through, and it was an ugly kick off the boot by Aaron Cornelius, but the result was maximum, and that's all that counts. Umpire Hall goes up. Michael in the ruck now for the Brisbane Lions. There's Banfield, gets it off now. Here is O'Brien, or Whedon might be. Goes and rifles one up towards Cornelius, tries to break through. Good tackle by Hutchinson. Worked up there, and Aspley will now look at taking the ball away. And it was Colch.
But how is that not holding the ball? The umpires, they tend to keep the whistle away because of the free kick stats. They don't want to pay any more than 40 free kicks for the match and all this sort of stuff. But the free kicks are there. You have to get clean possession out when it's like that.
Riddler on his high horse early. Here's Banfield. Gets it off the crisp. Just goes forward with the left foot. Might bounce out, and it does. Just judge that beautifully.
Brisbane is just starting to play this side of the ground as a quarter time approaches, just trying to ice the clock a bit, keep it here, stoppage after stoppage.
So 25 minutes in, first quarter, the Lions by 7 points. 20 plays 13. O'Brien just overrunning it. Wanted a free kick, nothing doing. Ives' kick partly smothered. Here's a chance. Matthews got a handball out. Smith missed the target. Boundary throw in. We've seen a few of these already today.
Yeah, it is, and I think we'll see a lot more today. And the blustery conditions might make it difficult to hit targets, but again, precision skill will hold up.
Won't be a very long quarter. We've only had the 5 goals kicked. Now the Lions are out here. Michael looks for a target and eventually backpedaling, but he's got Paparone. Not much upfield, so he has to hold on to it. Short, that's clever. Henderson. He can come in board to Richie Newell. Henderson, another short one. He's got Whedon, the left footer. Good build up here. Hayes attacking side of halfway in the middle of Leyshon Park. The lead came out. Strong mark. Taken down there. Michael has floated forward, the big fella. And Sam Michael will have a shot on goal. Tough pocket to kick from today, but a kick here puts them 13 points in front, approaching quarter time.
It was a good build up there by Michael. Geez, he worked hard. He was in the middle of the ground a little while ago, and he pushed hard forward to get on the end of that.
So Michael comes in with a shot on goal. It's got the journey just across the face of goal. In fact, it hasn't scored in the end. Minor score. In fact, no, as I said, boundary throwing.
Spectators allowed on the ground at the breaks, thank you. Only players at
Wait for the throw-in to come. See what Brisbane can do from the stoppage here. And he set plays. Longer, just taps it over the back. Paparone well wrapped up. Forbes just gets a kick forward and relieves a bit of pressure up towards Nellis. Burke, good fisted away. He's been very good early. Smith wrapped up for Aspley there. Coming through hard was McKeever. Tries to work it through. He's got the right foot away. Finds Banfield. He takes off quickly. Goes long inside forward 50. Looking for a target. Can't quite find Lyle. He's still in there working hard though. Now he can have his kick smothered. Hutchison overruns it. Paparone's there in close attendance. And it is Bushy Copeland who relieves up to the wing.
Yeah, long kick. Johnny James might get there first. If it stays in play, there a chance. He does. Now he looks for a target as all the Hornets rush back. Clark usually uses it well. Back in board to James. Just lacking numbers now. Forward 50, Ives, can he hit a lead? It came out, Nellis couldn't mark, still a chance. Can they get one here, the Hornets, approaching quarter time? Matthews, it's on its way. No score, getting back there, Newell.
So Newell, very deep in defence. He's got a player coming off the bench, looking for him. That was Pendlebury. Getting in there where's Conway. He can get off to Sandsbury. First goal kicker of the game. Not a good kick forward, but Hughes takes control of it, snaps it over his head, right to the goal line. Punch over the back. Who's there? It is the Brisbane Lions, and they will. I was going to say relieve, but the kick didn't find a target. They were looking for Whedon, and the ball goes out of bounds right in front of the NEAFL sign there in the change rooms. Some 35 metres around from the Aspley goal.
I feel as though they need one here. just before quarter time. We're 28 minutes in. Lions by 7 points. Longa, did he hold on to his opponent? Ives, handball looking for Smith. Now Longa's down. Keep an eye on that, Cots. We'll come to you in a minute. Paparone, handball looking for Crisp. James is there. Hornets still a chance. Push in the back. No advantage. It'll come back. It'll be a Hornets free kick. Cots, keep an eye on Longa for us.
Yeah, he caught one in the head there, but he's up and about again, so he looks okay. It's a kickable goal from that side, so he should try and have a shot, I think. There's not much time left, and he can bring it in with the breeze.
Matthews, he'll be told to hurry up in a minute. In fact, he is. He's told to play on. Doesn't want to panic. Back to Bevan. So the Lions have got back here. In fact, 18 of the Lions players are in the Hornets half of the ground. Wagner, can they get it over the top or can they squeeze it through? Yeah, Stiller on a long lead. The left footer, the Sid Guilford Trophy winner of 2013, marks it. And now Cots right on the stroke of quarter time to put it within a point.
He's a very good kick for goal. Won't put the mozzie on him, but he should just strike this one straight through.
Shaney Stiller, he'll kick from 50.
100 games of AFL football, good experience, and a local North Brisbane product.
Kicked a goal in the second semi-final a fortnight ago. Can he kick one today? Beautiful kick. Hornets back within a point. On the stroke of quarter time, Stiller's got his first. 3-1-19 to 3-2-20, 30 minutes in, first quarter. That's what the Hornets needed, Mark Kennedy, going into quarter time.
Certainly, and if you want an inspiration, Cheney Stiller, look no further, the co-captain, he and Robbie Copeland, of course, both former Lions players. They'll know what they're coming up against and setting an example. And it was a great kick forward, actually. I think it came from Wagner. And it was a great pinpoint pass and very patient setup, which was a great reminder of the way that John Blair will want them to play throughout the day.
Only seconds remaining to quarter time. A centre clearance here could be important. No, that's a bad bounce. The umpire will have to bring that one back. So all single goal kickers for Aspley, Sansbury, Clark and Stiller. While for the Lions, Cornelius has 2 and Marco Paparone has another. Longa to go up against Reed. Longa jumped early. Now Reed got the centre clearance. Tumbling ball. Seconds to quarter time. Sansbury, can he pick it up and get away from his opponent? No. We'll have a throw in here.
No, I'm not sure Billy Longa's 100% at the moment. He keeps sort of hanging his head. He's might be in a bit of Disneyland at the moment.
Well, we'll get a good chance to have a look as he and Reed go at it again. Longa gets his hand up there. Sansbury just scrubs on forward, finds Ives, goes up the top to Conway. Little bit of space. Oh. He gives it a ride. Is it going to get there?
Oh, Nellis had to do more than that.
Nellis could have shepherded it over. I think he thought he had a little bit of space where Burke wasn't going to come, but he got a great fist in at the right time. So scores level now, 3-2-20 apiece.
So the kick comes into the broadcast side. At the back, Cornelius. Couldn't mark, neither could Lyle. Close to quarter time here. Free kick, push in the back. So the Lions, and that could well be the quarter time score. 3-2-20, each of 2. Entertaining opening quarter. Aspley for mine probably should be in front, and with the 8 of the breeze, I think they're naturally a goal behind, but it's a quarter time. 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final. Still a little bit going on to the left of screen. Bushy, Copeland and Sam Michael just having a bit of a chat down there. So Matt Ridley joined with Mark Kennedy and Jason Cotter. Cots, to you first. Billy Longa getting some attention on the boundary.
Yeah, he's got one high there. I think he's going to soldier his way through it, and it'll be good development for the big young man. He's got to learn to cop those playing in the ruck, so looks like he'll be okay. I just thought Eddie Sansbury had a couple more chances to kick goals that quarter. Riddler, I agree with you. Aspley should be in front, but that's finals footy, a bit of nerves and all that. They're certainly not out of it. They've just got to play this side of the ground, Aspley, and have a lot of stoppages in the second quarter.
Well, 3-2-20 apiece, so scores level. 2 or 3 goal breeze, we feel, going to the southern end. It's been close in the clinches there. A lot of feeling around the place. And the Brisbane Lions, you would say, have their noses in front despite the scores being level, if that makes sense, Riddler.
Yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. Keep tuned in to neafl.com.au, streaming live. It's a cracker. We're all tied up. We'll be back with the second quarter after this.
Mark? Yeah, fine. Yep. Sorry? What year did Cox win the Logan? What year? 86? Running that way, yeah. Yeah, he won two of them. Oh, that's right, he did. One out of the three. Yeah, that's right. One of them was at three. Dean Warren, him and... Yeah, there's three. 93.
Another bloke.
At 90.
Good game.
Welcome back to the 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final, played at Leishon Park, Yeronga, just on the south side of Brisbane. Beautiful conditions, not a cloud in the sky. At quarter time, folks, 3-2-20, each of two. You could not split them at quarter time, but in the second term, the Lions will kick to the right of screen. Two-time Grogan medalist Jason Cotter on the boundary. You were right in the thick of things with Lee Harding for the Brisbane Lions at quarter time. What did he say down there, Cots?
He was very happy with their defensive efforts. They had 29 tackles to Aspley 13. Aspley had the centre clearances 12-9 their way, so he wants to get a bit more ascendancy in that area. But he said, don't muck around with the footy, get it in quick, and backman play in front.
Baldwin hits it down in the middle of the ground. Here's Chris, gets a quick handball away there. Matthews trying to steal it for Aspley. Plenty of players around the contest, and umpire Baldwin will come in and say, I'll throw it up just to the outer side of that centre circle. Aspley be kicking into the breeze. Be looking to really get their attention away. There's Chris, takes it away from the longer tap. In there is Cornelius with courage coming across there was Copeland. The Lions have plenty of players. They'll be first to the ball here. Here's Lyle, gets around one. Now he can shoot for goal. It looks pretty good. It's a beauty. Lyle sold the candy beautifully to Thompson, and he's sucked in Thompson for another free kick. He got up and let Thompson know, and Thompson said, I don't like that. Knock Lyle over, and Lyle, he'll have another shot for goal. So the score is 4-2-26 to Aspley 3-2-20 with another kick to come.
Messy stuff. You cannot afford that in grand finals, let alone any game of the year. And just sucked in, really, wasn't he, from Lyle, who can kick 2 goals within a minute.
And Lyle went down pretty easily, and this time he has missed it to the near side. So they 7-point play, we'll call it.
Yeah.
And the margin all of a sudden after 1 minute 30 second quarter is 7 points.
So we await Copeland to bring it in. A former Brisbane Lions senior premiership player himself, having played in 2003 for the Lions and beating Collingwood on that occasion, I think. Hope I'm correct there, Mark. This is Hutchinson in the back pocket.
Never far off the mark there, Riddler.
He goes towards centre wing, just holding up in the breeze. Nallis, they see it over the line and out of bounds.
Big fist of Burke. He's just been a constant with that fist in front of Nellis today.
Now, Cots, how do the Hornets play the breeze in the second quarter, having kicking into it to the left of screen?
Yeah, I just heard Coach John Blair there. He wanted more movement in short. He wanted presentation. He wanted options. And that's how they've got to play it. And they've got to get it out this side of the ground. They can't turn it over that side.
So Bartlett brought it in forward. Looked like a push to me. The umpire concurs. And it'll go to Hutchinson against Cornelius. They can bring it out the commentary side. They're looking for Bevan. Bevan, very good player on the wing last week. Just wrapped up as he kicked it, but gets it forward. It's on the wing now. Coming out to meet it was French. In there also with Matthews. Over the top to Stiller. Just runs straight in to Hayes and is penalised. They play on quickly. Stevenson to Newell. Back to Stevenson. A handball back in. Batoli Simmons looking for, but not finding Banfield. Gets it off to Copeland, and he scrubs it forward and finds Sansbury, who goes over the top to Matthews. Matthews in board. I'll take a breather as Stiller has it.
He goes short to Conway. They've got the numbers on the outer side. Thompson. He can use Wagner, or Wagner can run forward for him. Just a messy bounce there, so he uses Wagner, the old 1-2. No, Wagner eventually goes back to the Thompson direction. So some gut running there from those two, and they've got it. Pretty much centre wing, outer side. His side trails by 7 points. 27 plays 20, told to play on, short kick. So there it is. They want to play that possession stuff. Where's the presentation now that Coach Blair wanted as Clark goes towards the pocket. One-on-one there, over the back. Nellis sees it over the line and out of bounds. He's yet to get into the game there, Jason Cotter, isn't he, James Nellis?
Oh, no, I think it's a good battle down there, and he's the kind of guy that can kick 2 in 2 minutes. So he certainly hasn't been for the want of trying.
Throw in comes. We'll give that one to Forbes. This goes in towards the goal square. Here he is, the man in question, Nellis. McKeever, though, picks it up and just belts it back out, only as far as Thompson. So on attacking 50, right in front of the Aspley Hornets bus. Right in front of Daniel Rich, actually. He's a bit bigger, being on the side of that bus. Thompson comes in, loads up, goes long to the goal line. Good fist in there by Michael, and the Lions will bring it away out of defence. Can't quite find close as the target, who's with Wagner, and they'll let it running out of bounds just right in front of the Aspley interchange bench.
Intelligent kick there, just nothing on, so just got a stoppage.
So Hornets kicking into the breeze in the second quarter. They trail by 7 points. Boundary throw in here. Forbes getting the front spot. Oh, Conway was caught high. In fact, he will get a free kick there. But the ball will come back. Can they build something, the Hornets? They just need some possession, and a nice shot on goal, and a goal is all they need to get sparked up here. 5 minutes. They haven't scored in this second quarter. The margin was all tied up at quarter time. Conway short. Finds Hughes. So the Lions have got back here to flood the forward line of the Hornets as Hughes goes to the pocket. Bevan the target, off hands. Gee, they've got the numbers. O'Brien short. And now out of defence, they'll kick it towards the McKeever direction. Out of bounds on the full. It'll be a Hornets free kick.
Touch and go, but here's Hughes again. Got it again, goes towards the centre of the ground. Good kick to Forbes. Forbes can go quickly to that outer side, looking for Sansbury. Just working in there and causing a bit of mayhem there was Michael. Now Clark got the cheeky handball, but well wrapped up. Plenty of players around the contest now. And clearing is longer and goes long, wide and ugly. And the umpire says that's out of bounds deliberately. So, which was not unexpected, and it'll be Robbie Copeland with the football.
They've had the bulk of the footy in the last 5 minutes, but yet they haven't scored on the scoreboard.
Copeland just looking a little bit perplexed as to where to go, but now I was going to say finds Clark, probably dropped what he should have taken. Bevan steals it. Here's O'Brien, just fends one off, gets one off to McKeever. Now off to Paparone. Paparone can ease a little bit of the pressure, going over the top to Cornelius. With him is Hutchison, good athlete Hutchison. Just keeps it in. He's going to back himself, gets around and does very well.
And hits a target.
And I was going to say hits a target, but he does in Johnny James, who hands it off to Wagner.
So Wagner short, Bevan, left footers combined. Looks for the handball, but elects to go long. Clark getting back here. At the back to Nellis. No free kick. Play on. Umpire happy to let it go. As the kick comes towards Michael. And 50 metres, so everything going the Lions' way at the moment.
Held on. Michael took the good mark there, and Ives just held on in the marking contest as much as anything, just to try and hold the player.
I'd love to get some real estate off umpire Stevens too, because that is a 61-metre penalty. Michael within range too, with the breeze at his back. I'd love to see him have a shot. Goes to the lead, out wider. Boundary throw in. Not happy about it.
Just the wrong side, Cots, wouldn't you think? He's kicked to.
Oh, the wrong side of the ground by the big horse there. He should have got it down into the goal square where it was dangerous.
Jordan Lyle wasn't happy with that one. Boundary throw in. 8 minutes in, second quarter. Lions by 7 points. James. Boundary line. Oh, almost out of bounds on the full. We'll have a throw in.
Aspley will be happy with this at the moment, just holding the tide out at the minute.
The throw in. The offensive end for the Brisbane Lions. Forbes gets it down in front of Smith. Just threw it. And they have paid advantage. It's gone over the top. And Chris, I thought play had stopped. Chris said, nah, I'll just take it and I'll bang it. Through for a goal. The Lions, 5-3. 33. Just 13 points ahead now of Aspley. 3-2-20, and we have played nearly 9 minutes of this second quarter. So from the stoppage, Forbes just not quite taking advantage of his that front spot, and then should have got the handball off, and Crisp was able to take full advantage through the to give the Brisbane Lions 13 points of an advantage.
8 scoring shots to 5 as we're 10 minutes in, second quarter. 33 plays, 20, and again the Lions out of the middle through Banfield. Thompson has to get rid of it. Just in time, got enough on it? Yes. Mark taken here by Reed. And he plays on, gives it to Bevan. Bevan onto that left boot, saw the lead come out, and it's a good kick. Matthews with somebody, handball to James, something mercurial, handball back to Smith. Can he get a target inside 50? Hughes, no. Conway, no. French, yes. Can he get the handball? No, done. Holding the footy. Good stuff there by the Lions. It'll be a free kick to Banfield. Great tackling. They mean business, folks. Don't worry about that. As a poor kick, though, Smith couldn't quite trap it. He'll go again, young Daniel. Reed gets the free kick. So the Hornets with a free kick at half forward. They trail by 13 points, and we're 10 minutes in, second quarter.
Copped a heavy one last week, did Reed. Up and going, up towards Forbes. Good mark. Good, strong body. Brendan Forbes in front of Niall McKeever, and he will be able to go back and shoot for what one would think will be a much-needed goal for the Hornets.
Much-needed goal, this one.
He's a big lad, is Brendan Forbes, and just held his ground beautifully. 13 points the margin. He'll look to narrow it down to 7 if he can. Comes in from 48. Just swings hard on the breeze, and he's kicked it to the near side. So they advance by 1 point only. 2 goals is the margin. 11 minutes gone. And it will be Hayes who kicks it in and finds Henderson.
They use the outer side, the Lions. Bartlett. He looks towards centre wing. Longer. Good possession footy here by the Lions. They lead by 2 goals. Midway through the second quarter, sloppy kick towards the pocket. It might pay off. Cornelius, a couple of times. In fact, it's not Cornelius. I can't.
Lyle.
Lyle, thanks for that one. 40 out from goal. Chris got the handball. Look out, he'll be solidly met. It is a young fella, Radford. And umpire Stevens said, we'll have a ball up.
He's had a couple of good touches, young Radford. And I know he got wrapped up there, but he's certainly not been afraid. He's been in the thick of it. Ball goes up again. Reed. And also Michael there. Won't give that one to anybody in particular. Here's Sainsbury. He'll try and get the Shepherd, and he does so from Smith. He goes out wide and finds Hughes. 60 metres from the Brisbane Lions goal. Long up the line. Doesn't look like there's much there. And just wrapping it up nicely is Burke. Burke, he can go laterally. Goes and finds Newell. Newell, he had Michael to go to. Instead, he butchers it and finds Conway. So turnover comes. Conway has a target further up. It looks like Ives. Ives, generally a good user of the footy, just turns, shimmies, and kicks for Nellis. He's got the tight angle, Nellis, but he's got the footy more importantly and most importantly.
He should open himself up here, run round a bit and kick it around his body.
He is the X factor. A bit of an enigma to some. A little bit of hustle and bustle. They're on off the ball there. The crowd have certainly gone up. Gone with the drop punt. He starts it way right. It's gone right across the face. And luckily, it has just gone over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Well, why didn't he do what Cott said? Come around, improve the angle by 5 or so metres. You'll have a better shot on goal.
That's why Cotts is a dual Grogan medalist.
Yeah, 93 and also 1990. I'm sure you know all about him, Cotts. Boundary throw in here. Margin 12 points. Here's a chance. Snap around the corner from Toy. And it is a minor score. A point. Margin now 11. 3-4 to 5-3. Now a long kick in. Now they're a chance at the back here. Bevan has to do everything. In fact, he gets a free kick. A lucky one at that. So Declan Bevan, too far out to score. Needs to hit a target. Clark wants it short. Lucky. Very, very lucky. Conway has marked, and he's a thumping kick for a young lad, and he'll have a shot from about 52 metres. I think the breeze has died down a bit, Jason Cotter.
It has a little bit, and by gee, Conway's not doing himself any harm in terms of being noticed, is he? He's having a wow of a half.
I know that Brisbane Lions legend looked at Isaac Conway when he was playing with the reserves and said, I wish I had thighs like that so I could keep playing.
So Conway comes in from 50 metres, long kick, has it got the journey? Yes, it has! The Hornets needed that one. Conway with his first, and the margin back within 5 points.
That's right.
So, Conway, fantastic kick into the breeze. The Aspley faithful. Down in the forward pocket, not far from where Nellis tried to kick for goal before. Just up in arms, chanting Isaac Conway's name, and with good reason too. A great finish from the young man. 15 minutes gone, 5 points the margin to the benefit of the Brisbane Lions.
You're looking too relaxed down there, Cots. I might have to come down there and give you a couple of jobs to do.
Yes, it's a lovely day in
Beautiful
Brisbane.
day.
Layshon Park, umpire could have brought that one back, I think, but he lets it go on. Forbes is thumped down into the ground and trying to extract it. There is the Brisbane Lions, and it is O'Brien, and Bevan just comes over the top, I think. Well, we've given the free kick away, no? Oh, and Bevan just hit high there. So O'Brien goes long inside forward 50, looking for a target. Wagner pushed in the back, and it goes against Lyle, and Aspley will be able to rebound and repel.
So Wagner gets it to Copeland. In turn, pops it over the top. That's a poor kick. So a couple of turnovers coming out of defence. This looks like Burke. Short one. Stevenson. And he's got Bartlett now. So Bartlett onto the favoured left boot. Beautiful kick. He's got Cornelius lace out. And that'll be 50 metres. Wow. So Cornelius, a certain goal for the Lions, just as the Hornets were building. And Cornelius will come in and kick his third for the match. I think sloppy stuff.
Oh yeah, it was sloppy stuff by Copeland. He came in a bit late, and I think he's trying to put his mark on this game. There's no doubt about it, and fly the flag, but there's a way to do it.
Cornelius pumps it. He's kicked that 70 metres straight over the goal umpire's hat. He's got 3, and a little bit more breathing space for the Lions. It's now 11 points. 6-3-39, 4-4-28. Cots is a very important 14 minutes coming into half-time.
It is. I wouldn't be too unhappy if I was Coach John Blair. I think Aspley is showing they're handling the Lions pretty well. The Lions will hurt you if you do the undisciplined stuff. So Aspley, if they could just maintain the margin from here to half-time, I reckon they'd be happy.
Ball back in the middle. Cornelius with 3. 6-3 plays 4-4. Margin 11 points. 17 minutes in. Some sloppy stuff from Robbie Copeland out of defence, and then 50-metre penalty against the Hornets. Big 12, 13 minutes of footy going into half-time. Can the Hornets keep them within a couple of goals, or will the Lions pump it out to 4 or 5 goals before half-time? Ball to be won. Forbes wants a free kick. Thompson wants a possession. Banfield bursting his way through. Stiller whacks it on the boot. Looks for Hughes. Now they've got 2-on-1 here. Yes, they work it out well. This is French. Clinton, short kick, mark taken by Smith. He plays on quickly. He's got it to Clark now. Clark can't quite get around his opponent. Squares it up. The running Brendan Colch. The inclusion today. Colch for goal. And he's kicked it. A beautiful answer to the Cornelius 50-metre penalty and goal. Brendan Colch, what a goal. 40 out. Great work by Smith. Then Clark, and then Colch, and it's back within 5 points there, Mark Kennedy.
Well, it was a great kick there by Nathan Clark, wasn't it? Just opened up beautifully, and great run from the back half of the ground by Colch. Just got the ball, sized it up beautifully, and it was an absolute ripper. So the late inclusion for Austin Lucy has been able to maximum advantage there on the scoreboard. 5 points back to the margin. Umpire Hall will get us underway once again. Northern Conference NEAFL Grand Final. The Lions come away. That's O'Brien. Goes up forward. That looks like McKeever. McKeever? No, I do apologise. It's close. So close. Wagner just wasn't quite close enough to close. And he'll go back and try and extend the margin back out to 11 points. Need to start it at the left post and just bring it around with the breeze. Comes in, kicks it and looks nice, and it is. So close, answers. Back out to 11 points. Approaching 20 minutes gone, second quarter, and the answer comes.
I think Close needed to do that because I'd put Wagner in the best 3 or 4 in the back half for Aspley at the moment. So he needed to get some scoreboard pressure, as they say, on Wagner to make him a little bit more accountable.
Goal for goal in the last 6.5 minutes as we approach time on in the second quarter. 7-3 to 5-4. Lions lead by 11 points. Very well coached by Lee Harding, the former North Melbourne Kangaroo. And he's got his charges up and about as we approach half-time. 11 points. Can the Hornets answer this time? Ball in the middle. Smith came off a wing and got a good bump there as Thompson kicked it towards half-forward. A little bit of wrestling. Smith lets it bounce. Watch out for the little rover. He might get it here. Oh, nice work there by Weirden. Weaves his way through. And now it's a chance for Cameron Darcy-Reeves. Now here's a shot on goal for the Hornets. Yes, it's a goal! So the turnover there, I was looking for the Cameron Darcy-Reeves' name. In the meantime, Sainsbury picked it up. Tell me all about it there, Mark Kennedy, as the margin comes back to 5 points.
Yeah, the handball went to go over the top, and Sainsbury just read it beautifully and just batted it down, was able to take it on the full, and then just ran into an open goal and was good enough to finish.
Yeah, this game's going to be blow for blow. You can see it now, and it's going to go right down to the wire.
Thank you very much. Two-time Grogan medalist on the boundary, Jason Cotter with Matt Ridley and Mark Kennedy.
Just shows you can't put your head down for 1 second in this game, Riddler. Looking down, and the young top-up players, sometimes they're a little bit hard to pick up, having not seen too many of them, and you do so, and you struggle. So, ball back in the middle. Here he is, Crisp. Kicked a goal earlier in the quarter. Go forward for the Lions this time. That was working through there with Stanley getting a punch on it, as was Copeland when he probably should have taken it, and hence the groan from downstairs from Jason Cotter, and we'll have a throw in 65 metres out from the Brisbane Lions goal.
Just lacking some confidence there, Cots, maybe.
No, just watching the game intently. It's a great game of footy, isn't it, boys?
Ball comes in. It was a short throw in. Boundary umpire will do it all again.
Copeland, as I said, just needs a little bit more talk around him, a bit more confidence just to be able to take the balls. We see Stillett and Crisp and Newell and Matthews all running around, 4 of them just bumping into each other.
So Reid, Batoli Simmons, the son of a Grogan medalist himself in Terry Simmons, and we'll have a throw up. 45 plays 40. The Lions by 5 points. Smith, good work. Matthews and now Stiller. Trying to thread a needle. Look out. Wagner, Bevan, back in board. Toy received it from Satchel. And now this will be downfield. So the Hornets a chance. This could be play on. No. It'll come back. So that's downfield. So it'll be a free kick coming back to Nellis on his forward 50. The Hornets are a chance to be in front at half time here. 23 minutes in second quarter.
So Nellis right on forward 50 and kicks it long to the scoring side of the ground, one would say, and a great defensive mark taken by Weirden. Just backed up, stood tall, and good hands. Just chips it over the top. The kick wasn't a good one. Under a fair bit of pressure there was Pendlebury. They've turned it over again. Here's French over to Sainsbury. And this time, I think it's gone to Colch. And it is a behind. Actually, it might have been Ives there. So they've narrowed the margin by another point. It's 4 points.
I sense they're coming, though. Into the breeze, 2 here at Leyshon Park. Bartlett in the back pocket. Margin 4 points. Nice kick. The Lions with Weirden. Been one of their best, you'd say. A long kick here. The leads come out. Hutchinson. Nice defence. Over the boundary line and out of bounds. Margin just 4.
Showed his terrific athleticism a few times, Hutchinson. He's the type of fellow that I know John Blair rates very highly and suggests that he could get on an AFL list at some stage.
25 minutes in. Second quarter, Reed in the ruck. But it'll be all the Lions to pump them towards Michael. Michael marks and he looks for the options as Cornelius leads, and he eludes Hutchinson on that occasion, and he marks well within range. Kicking with the breeze. He'll kick from about 52.5 metres.
Aspley really need to dot the I's and cross the T's at stoppages. That's where Brisbane are at their best.
He's got 3 already. Aaron Cornelius to come in and extend the lead to 10. Beautiful kick off the boots. You ripper! Aaron Cornelius, thank you very much. He's got 4 before half-time. Margin back out to 10. What a game of footy. The 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final.
And we've seen that if Cornelius gets a football in his hand, he's had a couple of easy ones, of course, right in the goal square, but if he gets it anywhere within range, he is a deadly kicker for a goal. And one, Aspley will not want the ball in the hands of too often.
Do they make a move on him yet, Cots? Do they take Hutchinson off?
I think it's more about the midfield and the stoppages.
Thank you very much. Special comments and boundary rider today, Jason Cotter, with Matt Ridley and Mark Kennedy. Ball back in the middle, margin 10. Lions lead, but still plenty of time before half-time as the ball gets pumped in by the Hornets. But getting back here is Burke. Jordan Burke to the outer side. They've played that wing a lot. Paparone. Short. Now the Lions with possessions. Bartlett. I think he received it from Pendlebury. Bartlett looking for an option. Told to play on, wants to get around Bevan, and that will be holding the footy. Umpire Hall says yes. So the Hornets with a chance.
Tackles win matches, boys.
He just held on beautifully, did Bevan. Looking like the paddle pop line himself. He'll go on that left foot. Goes long. Inside forward 50. Just having the ball punched away from him with eyes by Paparone. The ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. So 26.5 minutes gone. The margin 10 points. The ball in Aspley's attacking area. Longer and Reed will do battle in the ruck. Give that one to Longer. That was Paparone. Just scrubs it forward. Working hard there. Batoli Simmons gives it off to Crisp. Crisp to Cornelius. A little bit of space. Can try and hit a target. And I was going to say does, but just Copeland mopping up. Gives it off to Satchel, who can relieve and go outside defensive 50 and find Hutchinson.
So Hutchinson by foot. Risky kick. Mark taken by Matthews just in front of Stevenson. He's got Thompson short if he likes. 28 minutes in. Second quarter. Long kick towards half forward. Johnny James wanting the scraps. Umpire Baldwin puts whistle to mouth and says, I'll have it. So 10-point lead. Brisbane Lions are in front. 8-3 to 6-5. 11 scoring shots apiece. 50 out from goal here. Clark. And now we'll have a throw in.
Approaching half-time, so vital moments for both sides. Brisbane will look to extend. Aspley will look to reduce.
Yeah, a late goal here before half-time, very important.
Longer, tap away, plenty of players around the contest. Bevan's in there, Stansbury to Conway. Here's a chance for the Hornets. They go high. Nellis and Burke have been at it all day. Nellis used his body well but couldn't quite hang on to it. Whedon it was. Got the cheap handball away to McKeever. The umpire says it's a throw though, or didn't get rid of it properly. Holding the ball. And it will be
Reece Toy.
Toy, who will take the free kick and look to bring the margin back to 4 points, approaching 29 minutes gone.
I like that from James Nellis, though. Hold on, there's a free kick here. Off the ball, free kick. against Hornets. Running, I think it was Brendan Colch, was it? Running off the ground.
Forbesy, big Forbesy.
Okay. So Forbes was running onto the ground as O'Brien was coming off.
Oh, that could be pivotal.
This could be. Approaching half-time, long kick. Cornelius marks. Wowee. Just as Toy was lining up for a goal from, well, inside 30 metres, the ball comes down the other end of the ground and Cornelius, long shot on goal. Off hands, a point. Wow. So some sloppy stuff. And speaking of sloppy, a sloppy kick in. Thompson, now it's turned over in the pocket. Line still a chance. Stevenson, can he trap it here? No, he cannot. They'll get back. Thompson, Bevan, close to half-time, runs his full measure. Matthews, poor handball. Boundary line close, over the line and out of bounds. Wowee, how do you sum that up, Jason Cotter?
Oh, well, they're the type of things you just can't afford to do when you've got the ball and having a shot on goal. You just got to bite your tongue and make sure you get that shot on goal.
So throw in again. Forbes trying to undo that horrible work. Now it's with James, the speedster. Handballs over the top. I think he was looking for himself, but Matthews was in there. Now he gets it back. Chain of handballs. They're messing it up now. Coming through there was Banfield to Pepperoni. Tries to just fend off Bevan and the turnover comes. Well, it doesn't come because Thompson was beautifully wrapped up there by Radford and a ball up, half forward out of side. 30 and a half minutes gone. Plenty of feeling in it. Discipline sometimes will make the play. Here's Bevan again from the Forbes hit out. Bevan goes inside forward 50 and the size of McKeever was too much for Clinton French. They hand it off Brisbane and off to Michael. The kick was scrubby. It might have come from Henderson. Wrapped up there was Cameron Reeves. Just diving on top of it there was Michael. Good piece of play. And that comes to Newell. Newell goes inside forward 50. Just out running it there was Stanley. Ball still alive. Handball now flips out to Stevenson to Lyle. Tries to get around a couple and is wrapped up beautifully. And Stanley will take the free kick.
A long kick to the outer side. Hutchinson will mark, but he'll have to steady the ship out here. James leads for him now. Some hard running. Johnny James marks. The former Mount Gravatt Vulture now playing in the grand final. Long kick. Banfield did well there. Can he cause the turnover? Not quite. Matthews, short kick. Half-time siren, can't be far away. Still time though. Bartlett's kick. Now Cornelius, who marks, and he's played on. He has played on, so umpire Bourbon will come in now.
I think he went to take a step, but he didn't.
So yes, right decision made. And it's half-time. What an entertaining half of footy. What an entertaining quarter, to say the least. 5 goals to 3 in favour of the Lions. Just quickly, Aaron Cornelius has 4. Singles to Lyle, Paparone, Crisp and Close. While for Aspley, Sainsbury has 2. Clark has 1. Conway, Stiller and Colch. Quickly, your thoughts, Jason Cotter?
I just thought it was a great arm wrestle. I thought Brisbane looked like getting away a couple of times, but Aspley's tackling in the last 15 minutes when they dispossessed Brisbane was just fantastic. So they've shown they're in for the fight and there's going to be nothing in it.
Well, the interesting factor will be whether the conditioning of the Aspley Hornets, given that they have played the last 3 weeks, and we do have a nice warm day today, and the Brisbane Lions, of course, having had those breaks, whether that will become a factor in this match. It has been tough and rife and ready there. And half-time, 11 points the Brisbane Lions lead by, 8-4-52 to 6-5-41.
Yeah, very entertaining half of footy, and you've got to think that the second half will be just the same. Can the Hornets bounce back and create history in their first grand final of the NEAFL Northern Conference, or can the Lions win back-to-back here today? Don't go anywhere, folks. The third quarter coming up after this break on neafl.com.au.
From the yellow and black Labradors, Sam Hong. From the Lions, we've got Josh Sharp. He's a 16-year-old from Marsden High. He's a Lions Academy. He's representing the Lions. From the Lions, Josh Sharp. From Broadbeach, we have Bobby Miller. He's a 16-year-old from Tasmania. He's active in AIS AFL squad. He's received the Northern Conference Grand 4 Rising Star nomination. He's a future AFL superstar, and he's got an athletics background behind him as well. From Broadbeach, Lockie Waller. From the Vultures, Mount Gravatt, we've got Ben Daly. He's 20 years old, 182 centimetres, 80 kilos, and he won the 2012 Mount Gravatt Coaches Award. Well done, Mount Gravatt Coaches, Ben Daly. From Redlands, we've got Stevie Gardner. He's a 23-year-old, 200-centimetre, 87-kilo tank. He's a former Centurion rookie listed player who was picked at number 58 in round 4 2008 rookie draft from the Redland Province, Stevie Gardner. From the Aspley Hornets, we have got James Street. He's a representative of Queensland at 100 metres and 200 metres. He's 18 years old. From Aspley Hornets, James Street. We have Adam Scatman. He's a 24-year-old, 184-centimetre, 83 kilo, former Brisbane Lions rookie listed player. He was picked at number 66 in round 5, 2008.
Who's in the blue corner?
And before that, he worked in the Brisbane Lions. From Morningside, Adam Scatman. From the Southport Sharks, we have got past Eddie Mallard. He was a coach after the NEAFL under-22s this year, and he's looking to make the Southport Sharks sprint numbers if they won it last year. See if they can do it again this year. From Southport Sharks, past Eddie Mallard.
Who's there in last year? Daniel Van. Oh, okay. Didn't want to go again. He played 2.
Sprint all the way down here, 100 metres.
It's so much red wine that I'd smash all the beers in the fridge. So red wine. I think that's how it's made. Red wine.
The winner from Aspley, well done, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations from Aspley Hornets, James Street, the 2013 part-time champion. Congratulations to that.
Go Taki! Go Taki! Hey, I thought I'd give it a go. Let the young blokes go. Great work, Harley. Cheers. You should be a ring announcer in the boxing, mate.
Watch enough UFC for it, so.
That's good. What's the fella's name? Right. What's the fella's name?
James Scroop from Aspley.
S-C-R-O-O-P.
E again.
Right, James Scroop. I'll write it down.
Yeah, mate.
Bobby, buddy.
Still not used to sleeping with clothes on.
What's going on?
Ain't it?
I can't have a girlfriend for long. Just say what's happening. Oh, sorry. Are you using my ex? Yours, man? Yes. That was the most amazing relationship I've ever had. Every single person was like, A, she works at Brisbane, so it's free food. B, she has a place. C, yeah, Rand's making you to go and no one's fucking fine. Can't fuck anyone to go on that. It's pretty fun. Especially because me and Cindy use spit the rest of the so many times I come out and looking like butt fucking head because it's so strong. Walk around scotch going through my veins. I'll do that now. You should see what I'm broken. It's such a fun idea. Gotta stop going to strangers. Have the capacity to be a good boy, but it's too much. Is that the guy that filmed the adopted? Where's those two guys?
Go on in a couple of minutes. How are you, mate? Sunscreen on. Sunscreen on. Wild shot. Alright, that's just reflective.
Welcome back to Leyshon Park, Yeronga. Half-time here. The players and umpires are getting set for this third quarter. Matt Ridley joined with Mark Kennedy and Jason Cotter. 11 points the margin in favour of the Lions, but importantly, the Hornets will kick to the right of screen. With all the stats that matter, here's Mark Kennedy.
Yeah, certainly, and it's actually looking decidedly Aspley at the moment. So disposals overall 178 to 153. Clearance is also going Aspley's way, 23-19. Inside 50s, 28-24 Aspley's way. The Brisbane Lions dominate the tackles though, 46 to 25.
That's
and
big.
Free kicks going the Brisbane Lions way. Sorry, Aspley's way, I should say. They 14 to 16.
Doesn't feel as though there's been 30 free kicks, so I'm very interested in that. But the tackle count, 46 to 25 in favour of the Lions, that's something Coach Blair needs to look at half-time.
Yeah, certainly, and I think a bit of that is to do with the absolute discipline in a couple of areas, and we've seen a couple of free kicks that just shouldn't have happened, and Coach Blair will say those are the pivotal moments potentially in grand finals that can make a difference.
Two-time Grogan medalist Jason Cotter is with us on the boundary line. Any updates on the ground conditions or injuries, Cots?
The wind's picked up a bit, Riddler, so it's still that southern end that's the advantageous end, and obviously Aspley's got to make full use of it now, being 11 points up. Looks like both benches have got their full complements, so it's just whether the Lion top-up kids can run out the game, because we certainly know Aspley will.
Thank you very much, Cots. Keep on your toes down there. It'll be a fast and ferocious second half of footy in the 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final. Lions lead by 11 points. They'll kick to the left. The Hornets kick to the right with the aid of the breeze. Out of the middle will be O'Brien with the first clearance, a long inside 50. No mark there to Lyle. Hornets under some pressure, eventually just hacking it out of there. Looked like Copeland. Ives wrestling with his opponent, Cameron Reeves. Batoli Simmons just pushed into the back there with Stevenson. Here's a chance, running into goal, but missing is Weirden. Minor score. Opens up scoring 30 seconds in to this third quarter. Margin out to an even 2 goals. As a quick kick comes in, finds on the outer side is Wagner.
So the left footer Wagner, he'll be going short and finds Johnny James, the PNG excitement machine. Kicked 4 last week in the preliminary final win over Southport. Goes off the mark and kicks long to that outer side. Here is Matthews, just gets through there, up towards French. Good fist in there by the Lions defence. O'Brien gets it over the top there to Hayes. Hayes goes high, over the top, trying to inject himself there. Was McKeever. Hughes just puts it forward towards French. Just goes underground to Smith, to Stiller. And Stiller goes in and kicks it. That's his second. Cheney Stiller, the first goal of this third quarter, and a good one to open up for the Aspley Hornets. It's 8-5-53 to 7-5-47. 6 points in front still, the Brisbane Lions. 1.5 minutes gone, third quarter.
That's the goal they needed too, and Shaney's still a superstar. He is a former Brisbane Lions player at the highest level. I think about 100 games you mentioned before there, Mark. Yep. So plenty of AFL experience, and kicking that all-important goal, the first one of the third quarter. And as you said, he's got 2. Margin back to 6 points. What a grand final we've got here. The breeze picking up to the right of screen, as Jason Cotter mentioned. Ball back in the middle. Umpire Baldwin, beautiful bounce. Longer with the ascendancy there. Got it down to Crisp. Big Billy goes again. Leaves it for his teammate. Bursting his way back through O'Brien, and now inside 50. Copeland reading the ball the better there. He takes the mark in front of Banfield, and he kicks it wide, looking for Thompson. It needs to bounce kindly. It does. Thompson overrunning it. Radford get there first. Off the ground, picks up meterage, and it's over the line and out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. So Thompson just taking his eyes off the footy.
A bit of a checkered day. He's been very good in patches, and of course gave away a pretty silly free kick there to Jordan Lyle after he kicked the goal. So ball goes back in. Coming through, Toys in there, but Lyle steals it, gives it off to Crisp. Crisp goes on his favoured left foot, up towards Cornelius, who made a big impact on the scoreboard. Players come out there, good tackle by Satchel. And we'll have a ball up. Only 15 or so metres around from the Brisbane Lions goal, just on this commentary side of the ground.
Cots, I feel as though Jordan Lyle could be the X factor in the second half down there. We'll get to you in a moment. In there is Michael. Here's Newell from the pocket. Richie Newell, snap around. It won't be a score. In fact, it's over the boundary line and out of bounds. So I think keep an eye on Jordan Lyle in the forward 50, Cots.
Yeah, he's certainly the one that can win the game for Brisbane. He kicked 3 against Geelong in his last outing down at Geelong, so he's very capable. There he is.
Here he is, snap on goal, takes it out of the ruck and kicks the goal. Beautiful stuff, Lyle.
That was very interesting, actually, and we'll get to the details there in just a moment, but I think we'll find on the replay that the umpire said that Dylan Reid actually almost submitted, that he almost let himself be pushed forward, which is why it wasn't a free kick. Lyle definitely put a bit of body pressure on him, but Reid, he's just got to try and be a bit more imposing in the contest himself.
But Lyle's got 2, and the Riddler thinks he'll be the X factor in this second half. Down forward, keep an eye on him, folks. Number 19, Jordan Lyle, with goals in the second and third quarter, and just like that, margin back out to 12. Lions in control of this match at the moment. Longer and Reid in the ruck. Matthews through the middle. Tumbling ball finds Nallis. Here's handball. Now here's a chance. Ives from 50. Long kick at the back. Sainsbury had 3 to beat. Hughes off the ground. Sainsbury goes again. Hughes is down behind play. But let's have a boundary throw in. Digman attack for the Hornets. They need the next one just to keep within a kick with the aid of the breeze in the third quarter. You feel as though they need to be in front at 3-quarter time.
Ball comes back in. Longer gets it down, and Brisbane clear the area. Here he is, Jordan Lyle, in front of Stanley there. He's been able to release. And away to the races is Bartlett through the middle of the ground. Still a chases, but won't get there. Goes over the top looking for Michael. Copeland was in the way. Michael gets back up. He's tackled hard. He's trying to work his way clear. There's plenty of Aspley tacklers in there. That's holding the ball. And Robbie Copeland it will be that comes away with the free kick.
Copeland, good work. Big Bushy comes out wider. Wagner, short kick, Ives. Hughes is leading for him.
We're the Speedway all of a sudden.
Ives kick down towards French, and he marks. Good little build up here by the Hornets. They trail by 12 points, 6 minutes in third quarter. Matthews squares it up. Wagner by hand goes backwards to Thompson. Can he spot up a target? Goes to the outer side. Clark is that target. Oh, that should be a free kick, and he is. So Clark's got the free kick. Will he have a shot, or will we see one of the Clark things we have seen throughout the year where he sells the dummy, goes inside 50 and kicks the goal? There you go. That's what he'll do here. Who's standing the mark? No, he does. Squeezes it towards Sainsbury. Poor kick. And he keeps it in play. I would have thought you'd take it over there and reset. But so the Lions now, free kick. So Sainsbury probably should have seen that over the line.
So the free kick was for a block, an illegal block, and it'll be... Can't quite pick that one up. It is Radford. So Radford, he goes backwards. Finds a teammate. Just willing. Others forward, looking for Henderson, pushed off it. Now Smith can help the Aspley Hornets reload. Matthews to Ives. Ives just inside forward 50. Hayes overruns it. Smith has got it again. Looking over the top for a teammate. Well wrapped up there by Hayes. And it will be a ball up. So 40 metres. It was French that was wrapped up nicely. He's over the top again. Archie Smith. Forbes just comes through and sprays it. I was about to hit the heights there because it looked all too easy. Forbes came through, couldn't quite capitalise.
Yeah, they needed to make the best of that one. The quick kick came in from Paparone, and there is McKeever. Short kick to the running Pendlebury. Just sort of checks himself. He goes short to Bartlett. Margin 11. 8 minutes in, third quarter. Bartlett allowed to run off the mark there from Conway. A little bit sloppy from Isaac. Kick inside 50. Cornelius has got 2 to beat. Thompson, handball. Colch. Now to Ives. He's been busy in this third quarter. Just had to rush the kick. Chopped off here by Weirden. The long left footer. Goes inside 50. Where are the Flyers? Oh, there's 2 of them. Bevan and also Forbes. Forbes marks, lays a high handball to Thompson.
Kicks it, does Thompson, up towards Copeland. Just interfering there was Paparone. A chop was called, and Copeland will take the kick on the outer side wing. Goes long up towards Johnny James. He's outnumbered here. He gets the ball away, though. The PNG speed, so he gives it to Nathan Clark. Clark, sloppy handball to Nellis, who does the splits. Gives it one off the ground to James and shoots for goal. And here they come. Johnny James. They made it look hard. A chain of handballs, overpossessed, but they got the result. Terrific goal by the Hornets. They are 8-6-54, 9-5-59 the Brisbane Lions, 9 minutes gone, third quarter, Northern Conference NEAFL Grand Final.
We wait the ball to come back in the middle, 5 points, thank you very much. Mark Kennedy, goal there to James. It's an amazing grand final. We keep looking at each other and just raising the eyebrows going, which way will this game go? Where will it be won? Will it go down to the wire? Will it be won within 10 minutes of footy where the Hornets or the Lions go bang and kick 4 in a row? It's a mouth-watering grand final. And right now, 10-minute mark, third quarter, this could go either way. The pendulum is swinging.
Interesting to see they've gone small down deep, Aspley, with Clark and Sainsbury down deep forward.
They're pushing the likes of Hughes and Nellis towards half forward. Well spotted there. Umpire Stevens says, I'll have it, as Bevan is swung around there. A little bit of a lull in the last 35, 40 seconds. Longer laid it down to his opponent there. Ives couldn't quite trap it. The kick came from Ives to Smith. Seemingly thrown out. O'Brien with the run of it. And here's Crisp. A quiet day for his standards to Paparone. Running hard for him here is Stevenson. He might get it now. Long kick to Lyle instead. On centre wing. Lyle goes to Radford. Screaming forward is O'Brien at centre half forward. Absolutely no one on him. The kick went to the pocket. Bartlett eludes the tackle. Bartlett from the pocket. Around the corner. Snap on its way. What a goal! Unbelievable! Callum Bartlett with the NEAFL.com.au goal of the day from the pocket. Margin out to 11 points. Jason Cotter, what an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, he just showed great composure, didn't he, Bartlett? He just balked once. Looked like he was going to have a shot. The Aspley guy rushed in, he balked again and steadied and finished beautifully. A great left-footer's goal.
Just when you thought the Hornets were coming with the bulk of the footy there for the last 5 minutes, Mark Kennedy, Bartlett from the pocket, something magical, something out of nothing. 10-5, plays 8-6, margin back to 11, and we're 11 minutes in third quarter.
I think what it does show is that the Lions don't take a bulk of possessions to really make sure that they can impact that scoreboard. And as we saw in the stats at half-time, that Aspley had more of the possessions, more of the inside 50s, and the better of the clearances. Brisbane, when they get quality touches, can really take advantage. And Longer does so again. Here's O'Brien. This time he just goes long and high, looking for Radford. Over there is Hutchinson as well. Trying to work through there is the Brisbane Lions. Here's Paparone. Just squeezes it around the corner. Can't quite find a target. And it was close he was looking for. And with him was Stanley. And the ball went out of bounds, so 12 minutes gone. We'll have another throw-in.
Margin just 11, deep in attack the Lions. Longer in the ruck. Conway wanted a free kick. Newell burst his way through, but well wrapped up. We'll have a bounce.
Boys, just see, has anyone gone to 19 for Aspley at this stage, Conway?
Keep an eye on it there, Cots. And ball comes in. A little bit of push and shove off the side here. Still a bit of feeling in this, as you like to see in a grand final. Longer and Reed. Give that to Longer. There a chance. Crisp. Paparone, good tackle. A lot of players around the footy here on the scoreboard side. Toy releases some pressure, but for how long as Burke stands under it? Couldn't mark. Smith, beautiful tackle, the little Daniel. Now, bursting his way, Johnny James. Nothing forward to kick to. He needs to trap the footy for starters. Comes back inboard. Wants someone to lead for him. Poor kick inside 50. Reading it the better here is Weirden, who runs out of defence. Runs his full measure too, mind you. Kicks it out wider, and it looks like Burke or Stevenson. I'll hand it over to Mark Kennedy.
And in fact, it was Hayes.
Oh, I was
Hayes.
close. I was close.
Yep. Very well done. And I think this one might be close. Or Paparone, I should say. Paparone looking for Banfield. Just made to stand under it. Here's Pendlebury. Gives it over the top. This time to Crisp. Goes long with that left foot. Just can't quite find a target. The ball bounced the right way for Aspley. Culture's coming through, but closing in with the Brisbane Lions with a tackler. And it was Radford who gave the free kick away to Culch. For pushing the back. Gives it to Copeland. He launches it from defence. And only as far as McKeever. McKeever goes short to Banfield, and they're at half forward.
Banfield squares it up to Longer. Gee, the next goal's important here. 15 minutes in. The Hornets have not made any inroads in this third quarter with the A's of the breeze. Longer kicking into that breeze. Long kick, shot on goal. Here's a goal. Lions on top, lead by 17. Just like that, sloppy stuff out of defence. A long kick from Copeland. I think might have been Forbes, was it, out of defence. Just coughing it up. McKeever went short, and Longer with a long goal. Gee whiz. Jason Cotter, I think the Hornets need the next one.
They certainly do. Brisbane are just showing a bit more composure. They're not blazing away into the wind. They're using the ball well, identifying short. Callum Bartlett just came off a bit sore, so they won't want him off too long.
Again, what we are seeing, though, from the Aspley's side of things is that both sides are capable of kicking goals into the breeze. So this is far from a done deal. 17 points the margin, 15 minutes gone. Back in the middle, Michael got the best of it there. That was Matthews, goes up to half forward. Just bringing it to ground there was Hughes. Sainsbury was down. Just underneath it's Bertoli Simmons. Here's Johnny James. He goes on the left foot, goes high, but goes wide. So a chance wasted as Paparone in the back pocket for the Lions.
Cots, do they have to do anything different structurally, the Hornets, to get back in front? As a poor kick comes in, mark taken by Reed on the outer side. Just stick with it here. And he's going to stop and have a shot. Cots, what are your thoughts?
I think they've got to spread out their forward 50 now, Aspley, and go for it. So push their half forwards up the ground and just isolate one or two and leave Johnny James down there, who's got a top-up kid, Bertoli Simmons, on him.
Now, Reed kicked 2 goals in the second semi-final, but he won't register on this occasion. Close to the boundary, Nallis over the line, out of bounds, so we'll have a throw-in. But it's on the right end of the ground for the Hornets. They trail by 17 points, one of the biggest leads of the day, in fact, for the Lions.
The biggest.
They led by 11 at half-time, and it's now 17. But can the Hornets get one here? Conway's handball was chopped off. Lions want a free kick there. Oh, Ives was slung backwards. There's that man Hayes. Over the line, out of bounds.
They've certainly tried to change some things structurally, have the Hornets. And they said they've gone a bit smaller up forward, although back in the square now is Nellis. But we'll see what it comes as we see another ball in. O'Brien, he's been in the thick of it this third quarter. The ball just scrubbed out of bounds. Once again, we'll have another stoppage.
Cots, Jason Satchel's doing a fantastic job tagging Toddy Banfield.
He's doing a wonderful job. He's kept him very quiet. You just got to watch him for the whole 100 minutes.
Yep. Banfield only having the 6 possessions up till half-time, and one of the true prolific ball winners for the Lions. Here's a chance. Thompson got the handball to Conway, who slipped over at the crucial stage. Thompson goes again. 5 tacklers, and the umpire says, I'll have it. So a lot of Lions players around the footy here just choking the Hornets.
And the longer they can do that, the better for them.
Up goes Michael, lays it down to O'Brien. Not the best of kicks. Trying to muster up something there was French. Done, holding the footy. Didn't get the handball away. So, as you said, Mark Kennedy, if they can hold them up long enough, they'll win the footy, and they've done so. Short kick finds Michael.
So Michael just stepping back inside defensive 50. Goes short. Finds Pendlebury. Pendlebury goes laterally back inside defensive 50. Finds a teammate. Might be close. Or might be Weirden, actually. He comes along right in front of us here. We're going to have a good look at this fly. Hutchison was up. So too Cornelius. Plenty of players around this footy. And slung off it there was Crisp, and he'll take the free kick. So Crisp, just on the defensive half of the ground. Goes short. Finds Bartlett. As Jason Cotter said, important player in this contest. Just reeling it in one-handed there was Cornelius. He can go short. Find Bartlett again, who's run on. He goes inside forward 50. Plenty of space there. And coming out to meet it was Paparone.
He's been the difference this quarter, just with his precision kicking and his run and carry.
He's been highly rated for a number of years, has Bartlett, but injuries have cruelled him over the journey, and we're seeing just a glimpse of his absolute potential. So Paparone comes in, works it hard. Do they like it? Yes, they do. We'll just confirm it, but the goal umpire says yes. Another 6. 19 and a half minutes gone, and the margin is widening. 12-5, 77. The Brisbane Lions, Aspley 8-6-54, 23 points.
Well, unbelievably, the game's opening up in the third quarter in favour of the Lions, kicking into the breeze. They've extended the 11-point lead out to 23. I think it's alarm bells now for the Hornets. They need to kick at least 2, possibly 3 goals heading into time on, just to be a chance, because the Lions, with the breeze in that last quarter, could be the difference.
The ball back in the middle. Michael gets up high. There he is, Crisp. He's been at it. The ball goes inside forward 50. Copeland, indiscriminate handball. Now out to Bartlett. Swings around on the left. A beauty. A great goal, Callum Bartlett. And if you don't mind, that's his second for the day. And Jason Cotter, you have summed it up beautifully. Callum Bartlett, just a smart cookie round the footy who can use it beautifully.
Cometh the hour, cometh the man, and Callum Bartlett's on fire at the moment. They're going to have to lock down on him, but he'll run and run and run and execute well, so he's very hard to stop.
Jason, just while we're with you, what do you think of the weeks leading up to the grand final for Aspley? Do you feel it's taken a little bit of the toll? Can you see that at this point, or do you think it's the Brisbane Lions just really stepping up to the challenge?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I think Aspley have been fantastic, including around 22 flight to Darwin and back. And, it has taken its toll a little bit, but they're not out of it yet. But Brisbane are the consummate professionals, as we know.
Hornets need the next, that's to say the least. A long kick here. Smith just pushed under it. Oh, getting back, taking a great mark is Radford. Wonderful mark. He's kicked, a little bit sloppy, puts Henderson under some pressure, but he takes a mark on his knees and he goes short to Crisp. Jack Crisp has it. Back pocket, another short one. Darcy Cameron Reeves. Bartlett leading hard for him. He might still go to Bartlett, no. He's told to go long now, and he kicks it into the teeth of the breeze. Longer will set himself. Oh, almost marks. Copeland goes at it. No need to blow your whistle twice there, umpire Baldwin. It's time on as soon as you say that it's your footy. Could have been a free kick to Longer. Matthews kicks it. Now here's French. Need a little bit more out of him at the moment. Lions with the numbers and with the steadying. Paparone to Burke, and now swings it out wider, and this is the young fella Henderson. He's got 2 out here, McKeever or Newell. McKeever gives it to Ritchie, and now Newell McKeever, they're sharing it. Bartlett racking up the possessions. This could be the biggest play of the day. Archie Smith marks, and he could make it a 35-point ball game. Lions seemingly with one hand on the trophy already. 22 minutes in, third quarter.
Good composure from the back half has set that up, and a little bit of extra run and carry has allowed the Lions to bring it in their forward 50 beautifully for Smith to be able to have a shot at goal.
Archie Smith comes in now. A long kick. No, he's played on. Lyle gave the handball around. Cameron Reeves a shot on goal. He's got it! They've got the goal in the end. Darcy Cameron Reeves with a shot on goal. Poor checking really by the Hornets. That should not be allowed. Margin now 35 points. Game over. Get the fat lady in here, I reckon.
Well, you never say never. Although I said never last week when Southport were a fair way behind. But Jason Cotter, your thoughts? I mean, can Aspley come back from here?
Oh, they need to kick the next two, you'd think, going into three-quarter time with some momentum. They've just got to find a way to kick the next two and go into half-time with some hope.
Lions have kicked 6 goals to 2 into the breeze in this third quarter. You would have thought it was even money game at half-time, but it isn't anymore. The Lions short price favourites, and they're going to extend here. Longer got it to O'Brien. Kick towards Bartlett, who leaves it for Lyle. Fantastic footy. The 21-year-old Jordan Lyle, kick inside 50. Set yourself, Cornelius. Oh, nice mark at the front there to Hutchinson. Last line of defence.
Marker a free kick. Take your pick. So Hutchinson. It goes wide. So Conway hasn't been quite as a dominant force as he was in the first half. Outside defensive 50, good mark, I thought, by McKeever. Not paid. Matthews gives it to Forbes now, so Aspley have it. That was Hughes, just scrubs it forward there. Only as far as Longer for Brisbane, and Paparone now has it. So it goes to centre half forward, over the top of Stiller's head. And just infringes, and that is Newell, who will be the beneficiary right on forward 50. He's got a player running from behind, and he finds him, and that's Pendlebury. Pendlebury wheels around, gets around his opponent, Smith, and can shoot for goal. Is it another one? No, across the face. So that's a blemish. And they extend by another behind. So the margin now, 36 points, 25 minutes gone, third quarter.
Smith quickly gets it to Wagner. He needs to hit a target. Does. Matthews. They need a goal here. Trail by an even 6 goals. Short from Matthews to Sainsbury, who's gone absolutely out of the game. And again, should have found the boundary line and didn't. Lions keep it in. Lyle couldn't quite mark. Here's Banfield, been very quiet. Takes a bounce, kicks a nice ball to Cornelius, who pushed his opponent out of the way. Hutchinson goes again. Handball now to Conway. Can they use the corridor, the Hornets? A long kick will find, I think, from Toy, looking here for Ives. Ives will get there first. Well, he hasn't got it. So this will be a free kick.
Smart free kick in the finish, you'd say, just to hold the play up.
And Ives has got it, defensive side of halfway. 36 points the margin. 27 minutes in, third quarter. Long kick towards Hughes. Takes a strong mark. Look at the Hornets get back here, though. The Hornets, the Lions are getting back. Reid takes a mark. I was about to say the likes of Burke, Longer, Weirden, getting back there. And now Reid plays on. Got it to Satchel. Why wouldn't you take a shot on goal? This is beyond me. Clark, back to Satchel, back to Sainsbury. He's had his pockets picked by Lyle, and he gets it, but he's kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Had to have a shot then, Reedy.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
he kicked one, Jason, you'll remember, he kicked one not too dissimilar position last week in the preliminary final there. It was a great kick, and he should have backed himself and gone back. As we see,
Absolutely.
Sainsbury, he will be able to have a shot.
This is not beyond him.
Not at all. We've seen him kick a couple already today down this end of the ground. Started at left and it stayed left and just sneaks through for a behind. So 8-7-55, 14-6-89, the Lions.
Blair needs to do something now, Cots.
Yeah, maybe the fullback down to the forward line. He's an athlete. We know that. He'll give him movement. So, yeah, you've got to roll the dice.
Ball on the outer side. O'Brien. They're running now, the Lions. They're running. Cornelius. Kicks it long, looking down there for Michael. Strong mark right in front of the scoreboard. They lead by 35. He'll take his time now. He marked that ball 28 and 8 seconds. And he'll waste up all the time he can get here, Sam Michael. He's used up 12 seconds. We'll see if umpire hauls onto it. Margin 35 points. This could blow out here. This could dead set blow out.
Certainly be interesting to see what Aspley's response is, if they have any in this last quarter upcoming.
Sam Michael comes in. Yet to kick a goal today. He's missed, minor score.
So away they go. Aspley will be looking. Work it through. And they find Thompson now. Oh, no. Another footy on the field, so it'll be brought back. Love the work of O'Brien this quarter too. Jesse O'Brien through the middle of the ground. He has been a big part of it with Bartlett. They kick it out of fullback, looking for a target. Johnny James can't quite get it, but Paparone can. He takes a bounce, kicks it inside forward 50, and he finds a target. Aaron Cornelius. We'll see if he can kick his first goal in this second half to add to his 4 in the opening half of the game.
Looks like they've pushed Robbie Copeland down to full forward, so that's at least one move by Coach Blair. I'm sure that he's got a couple of other tricks up his sleeve that he needs to use.
So Cornelius, the Taswegian, comes in. It's close, but to the near side. So another point, 14-8 to 8-7. So the margin, 37 points. So Thompson, he'll try and reload.
There's no move. Oh, no,
we've got a blood rule. That's why we don't have any movement.
What's happened down there, Cots?
Sammy Michael's got a nick across the face, I think, and he's just coming off, and Big Archie Smith on his shoulder, actually, right shoulder. Bit of blood.
Breaking play and announce the white Prado, NJ 035 IJZ, restricting access to the main entry. Please move your vehicle immediately.
Margin 37 points. 14-8 plays 8-7. Robbie Copeland brings it in and goes straight down the guts. Who is the target down there? Lyle went high for the Lions, and then he got a little cheeky possession out. No mark taken. Now, long kick. And that's half time.
Three-quarter time even.
Sorry, three-quarter time. Thanks, Mark. We had 6 goals to 2 in favour of the Lions, kicking into the breeze, opening up this 2013 Grand Final. They now lead by 37 points. Cots, I'm going to send you out to the Aspley huddle at three-quarter time. What's your thoughts leading into the final quarter?
Oh, Aspley have just got to go for it. But when you say go for it, they've still got to identify. They've got to work their way through it. They've got to try and get a couple of goals together.
Just lost Jason there.
Quarter shortly.
There will be a presentation conclusion of this game prior to our final game of the day, which the Rising Stars League final between Yandaba South Shore. Just the other announcement for next week, just a reminder, the winner of this final will play the winner of the Eastern Conference final, currently being played up in Canberra, and that game will be played at Aspley Hornets next Saturday, the 21st, starting at 12:30. The NEAFL Grand Final this week, the Hornets run right Aspley, basketball, and it's starting at 12:30 next Saturday. We've got a half-time score in another conference final, the Eastern Conference final. We'll play in Canberra. And the Sydney Swans hold a 24-point lead at half-time. Sydney Swans 7-5-47. Leading the Bellcott Magpies 3-5-24. This is the final quarter of the NEAFL Northern Conference final, and it's, as I said, 37-point lead to the Brisbane Lions, third quarter time. Can they hold on? Find out.
Welcome back to Leyshon Park, Yeronga. We're about to begin the final quarter of the 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference. Umpire Stevens has the ball aloft, and with a 37-point margin heading into the final quarter, the Lions seemingly with one hand on the premiership trophy. However, you just know the Hornets will keep coming, and they'd love to win it in what will be a historic final quarter for the Hornets if they can. And Colch off half back gets it to Bevan, who plays on, and then he's done, holding the footy. So the Lions with the ball in the middle. Stevenson gets it, handball off. And now it looks like Weirden or Crisp, and then a short one to Bartlett, back in board. The Lions, can they get the first one of the final quarter? Comes back out. Weirden's kick was smothered. Now it'll come back to Bevan, who again just got a handball out. Almost done for the second time for holding the footy. Here's a chance. Weirden's short kick. Lee came out. Cornelius marks. Let's go down to Jason Cotter. What did Coach Blair say at three-quarter time?
Johnny Blair just told the troops he didn't think they were out of it. They just needed to support each other, keep the run, keep the carry, and when the opportunity presents, use each other and just work their way through the quarter.
So Cornelius with 4 goals to date. Can he make it 5 and put a nail in the coffin to the Hornets? In he comes. Kick on its way. Goal umpire does a little bit of work, but it's a major. He's got 5 already today. That's a handful. And this lead is becoming a headache. It's out to 43 points.
The kick from Chris was a beauty to Cornelius. Just showed a sticky set of hands and went back and kicked truly. It's his first goal of the second half, Cornelius. He's been terrific today. And the midfield machine of the Brisbane Lions has been dominant since half time. So 2 minutes gone. We'll be looking for a big revival from the Aspley Hornets. Longer and Reid. Give that one to Longer. Great tap work. Goes off to O'Brien. Had a big third quarter. A free kick will go to Lyle against Jack Stanley.
Will he get the journey, gents?
I think he, with a little bit of breeze right behind his back, he can, but he elects to go short. Looking for Cornelius with Hutchison. Great work by Hutchison. Good athleticism. Picks the ball up. Goes over the top to Bevan. The paddle pop line goes over the top by hand now. They're away, Aspley. It's his Ives. Good shepherd from Stanley. Goes short, does Ives. Inside forward 50, Sansbury. Looking for Forbes. The handball was errant. Trying to mop up there was McKeever. Gets a handball away. Chance for a turnover. Johnny James is in there. Wrapped up now. He gets it out. Forbes swings high. Can't quite get it there. Burke gets a fist on it. Here's Conway. Goes underground to Sansbury. Dances around one. Goes with the check side. And registers only a minor score. So 8-8. 56. 15-8. 98. 3 minutes gone.
Lions with a kick in. Burke. Short to Michael. I'll have to think about some best players shortly too for the Joe Grant medal. Kick came in. Ives couldn't trap it. Well done though. A little tunnel ball to Newell. Went a long one. Here's a chance. At the back running onto it is Radford. Can he trap it? He's got Cornelius there if he can get the ball to him. Eventually, umpire happy to let things go. And we'll have a bounce down. Margin 42 points.
Would have been a great pick up and goal if he was able to do it for young Radford.
Ball goes up. And Reid sees it over the line and out of bounds. Just no spark there for the Hornets, is there, Jason?
No, the season's taking its toll on the Hornets, but they've been fantastic all year and they can hold their heads high.
Andrew throw in.
Just see McKeever come off. We'll get Jason Cotter to have a look at him in a minute as well.
Here's Crisp. Been busy in this final quarter. Bit of an up and under. Out they come. Radford couldn't trap it. Close to the boundary line here. Satchel, Cornelius. Something magic. Off his knees. Pops it over the top. Stevenson handball. Into the corridor. Radford again. Beset upon James. Needs to work it here. Comes back inboard. Kick towards Smith. Banfield over line and out of bounds. Cots, how is McKeever?
Looks like a bit of cramping in the upper leg there. He's just getting worked on by the trainers.
Ball comes back in. Give that one to Reid. Banfield just works off Conway, but Conway in the contest there. Trying to just draw a 50-50 contest. Banfield again. Gets it underground to Chris. Wrapped up by Johnny James. And that's holding the ball. So well done. The PNG flyer, Johnny James. Unfamiliar territory being this far away from goal. But he's got it in the back pocket. Gets around his opponent. Done it easily. Then just works a kick and a poor one at that and finds Weirden. It's good in the first half, particularly Weirden. Goes around on that left foot, swings it to the right side of the ground, going up towards Lyle, but backing back there was Copeland. And he will draw a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, he sucked it in nicely, didn't he?
Well, I think the score is Robbie Copeland has been on the back end of it. He's given a couple away and he's worked his way back in 1-4.
Goes out wider. Stanley. Matthews. Stanley, a little bit messy here, but they link up nicely. This is Toy within range now. Toy goes to the fat side. Mark will be taken. Yes, Forbes. This time, can he go back, kick a goal? You just never know. The little window widens slightly.
Cornelius coming off.
Will they put any of these players in cotton wool as Forbes comes in, makes the goal umpire work, but it is a goal. Margin goes from 42 to 36, and the little heart starts pulsating again for the Hornets fans.
Yeah, close back on. McKeever looks like he's ready to go again, so no, doesn't look like any cotton wooling going on here.
Just thought there with the I suppose the final of the NEAFL going on next week at Graham Road. The winner of this match will play the winner of Sydney and Belconnen, which at this stage will be Sydney. We think at half-time they lead comfortably, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what might happen in a game of footy? We've seen comebacks before, but this would have to be one of the biggest.
Ball back in the middle. We'll see if they can reduce the margin further. Aspley just running over the top of there was Copeland, but coming through as his co-captain in Stiller. Goes on the uncustomary right foot out towards Ives. Just working half forward. Here's Crisp. With him there is French. Just wrapped up, but Bertoli Simmons is there along with Bevan. The ball goes out of bounds, outer side wing.
You've got to say Brisbane's tackling today has been magnificent.
It certainly has. They've tackled, they've played for keeps as far as tackling goes. Ball over the back. Banfield is there, well wrapped up, and we'll have another ball up. And then with him there was Toy. Has had a big influence, Banfield. There's Forbes, gets it away. This is Matthews looking around for a handball target. Finds Copeland now, who's gets a Bevan blocked nicely. Copeland goes to half forward. And I was going to say Weirden to wrap it up there. He does so now and gives it off. And now Brisbane over the top there. And looking for and finding Paparone. And he comes to meet it. Just goes inside forward 50 now. Tompton's in the pathway of Lyle there. Now here's Hutchison. He's off to the races. Well done, good athleticism, and away he goes.
Takes a bounce and looks up forward. Where's his option? Sansbury one of those and should mark. Runs himself under the footy, unbelievably. And now it's taken over the line and out of bounds. It's actually a free kick.
Holding the man.
Thanks for that. So Sansbury's got it. Got a little bit lucky there, Eddie. Gone out of the game, had a fantastic first quarter and has been sighted hardly since, and then a long kick. Getting back Michael, where are the little Rovers? Here's Smithy. Smithy's kick, and he misses. They need to make the most of all the chances here as we await the kick in. Mui.
Going there is Hayes. Can't quite hit his target there. And Toy holding the ball, and Brisbane, they're away. So here it is. And that there is Paparone. Paparone finds Lyle. Standing right in the centre circle of Lation Park. Just goes wide. This time got close. So close, goes wide. Bertoldi Simmons, as we said before, son of Grogan medalist, Terry Simmons. Goes inside forward 50 now, over the top, coming out to meet it was Cornelius, couldn't quite grasp it, although he dived for it. Forbes is there with him, they have a bit of a man hug. And umpire Baldwin will ball it up, 35 around from the goal. Forbes just taps it down to Lyle, who tries to go underground. And it comes off the leg of an Aspley player. And it is signalled out of bounds on the full after a bit of a powwow. So Jordan Lyle will be able to shoot for goal if he wishes to. It'll be an acute angle right on the boundary line.
Well, this will be a big kick, this. I know the margin's 45. I'll kick this one, and the fat lady is definitely into the box. Kick comes in. I think it's across the face of goal. It's a point. Must have been pretty close, so the margin will now be 46. Stick with us after the game on neafl.com.au because we will be able to do on-field interviews for the Premiership players, and also we'll get the thoughts of some Aspley players as well, including the coach, John Blair. Poor kick in from Copeland, coughed up a goal. Lions come in and kick it. A goal there to close. Copeland hangs his head in shame. And it will be a Lions Premiership in 2013. Cots, we'll get you down there after the game and interview Lee Harding.
Yes.
And also John Blair, if he's capable of a word. I might even come down and have a bit of a chat as well.
No problems, Riddler. Yeah, it looks like a Lions victory, doesn't it? It looks they're just running out the game beautifully, not wasting possession.
Well, the margin extends on the back of an error, an Aspley error. There's been a few costly ones today, but the Lions have been the better side without doubt. A beautiful bounce by the umpires in the middle of the ground. No clear winner. Ives tried to get it away there. Longer just squeezes a handball out to Weirden. They go to half forward. Batoli Simmons is there. Copeland just spoils that time. Batoli Simmons, well done. The young man gets it off to Paparone by hand. Now to O'Brien, gets around Copeland, has a bounce, goes inside forward 50, up towards Bartlett, and also Nellis. A bit of a strange one to see Nellis all the way down there, goes through for a point.
It would be a shame if the margin really does extend here. The Aspley Hornets, for their season, which has been fantastic to make the grand final and push the Lions basically up till half-time, it would be a shame if this margin got out past 10 goals because they don't deserve it, the Hornets. The kick comes in, holding up in the breeze there. Mark taken by Lyle, who's dropped the footy. It won't be 50 metres, it'll just be a mark, but he might even go back and have a shot here. Hope you've enjoyed it, folks, on neafl.com.au. It's not over yet, but the 43-point margin. They need a miracle from here, Aspley. This could make it 49. We've got to think about our best players too, Cots, as Lyle comes in. He's kicked 2 already. He kicks it short. Lee came out. Mark taken by Stevenson. Poor checking from the Aspley defence. Standing the mark, none other than Robbie Copeland.
Fantastic little footy brain, this young fellow, Cameron Stevenson, a product of the Maroochydore Football Club on the Sunshine Coast. He is actually, he plays like an AFL footballer in terms of his thought process. Comes in. Can't quite finish like an AFL player at this point in time, though. And that's a behind to him. So it would have been good to register one on grand final day, but can't quite do so. So 14 minutes gone. Margin extends. 44 points is the difference now. Copeland brings it out wide, out towards Reed. Over the top was McKeever. Thompson for Aspley to Colch. Over the top to Copeland. It's back from once it came. Now with the run of it, that's Wagner. Wagner to Matthews to Bevan. They're still at half back. Now they go to half forward. Up towards French. Good punch from Henderson. Over the top now is Aspley. They're looking for a target up forward and find Sainsbury. It was a good kick.
That's a better build-up. That's the best build-up we've seen all day for the Hornets.
Might have been Stanley that the kick came in from. It was a nice kick just out in front of Sainsbury, and he will have the chance to go for his 3rd goal of the afternoon.
Let's hope he kicks it truly and just keeps that margin around where it should be, about 5 or so goals. Sainsbury comes in, good footballer, and he has missed it to the left side. And Cots, it's been a fantastic coaching expedition by Lee Harding over the past couple of years to go back-to-back. You never have that true core of players when it's a senior team reserve side like this. So he's seen plenty of players throughout the couple of years, but yet to go back-to-back is a good effort.
It's a fantastic effort, and I think Clint Watts has been involved in that as well. And teaching the top-up kids a bit about structures and how to play the game in conjunction with keeping the blokes who aren't getting an AFL game happy. So it's been a fantastic effort.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's one of the top-up players in Henderson. Henderson, Caloundra product, kicks it long, looking for Michael. Sainsbury's in the way. Here's Conway, clever handball to Sainsbury, and ends up with Stiller. Stiller goes over the top for Johnny James, and that's well played. So Reece Toy was in there as well, that chain of disposals. And Johnny James will go back, approaching 16 minutes, and he'll look to narrow the margin. And he had a good sighter from the point of view of the last kick. So he'll need to start at this right post and bring it back. Comes in on the left foot. Just started at left. Didn't take my advice. Tried to call a bit loud, but he couldn't quite hear me. So 9-11. 65 now. The Hornets playing 107 Brisbane. So Pendlebury kicks into the back pocket.
Lions have it, hemmed in the back pocket. In fact, it's out of bounds.
Just ran around his mark, I think, and the umpire, the boundary umpire said, yep, you're out, champ.
Boundary throw in. Deep in attack for the Hornets. They trail by 42. Forbes, third man up. Getting through them, Matthews, James, Banfield, quiet day. Lions will hack it out. Hutchinson and Cornelius. What a mouth-watering battle all day. Mark taken by Copeland. Squares it up to Wagner. He can use the running Stanley. On his opposite side there, kicks it inside 50. Makes it somebody else's problem. Getting back O'Brien and now Newell. Handball. This is Henderson. Short kick.
Stevenson
pops it over to Close, who marks. He wants to play on, but he'll have to come back. He's got cramp. We might get your best players in a minute too, Cott, so think about that. Maybe give us your top three. Handball here. No? Hayes was about to run off with it, but it'll come back to Close. So the Lions will be back-to-back premiers in the NEAFL Northern Conference. A kick towards the pocket. Copeland's got it. Corralled by Banfield, eventually tackled, and we'll see it over the line and out of bounds.
So we'll have a throw in 60 metres around from the Brisbane Lions goal. We'll see if they can keep adding. Plenty of rotations happening. It's been a warm day here at Lation Park. Reed gets it down for Aspley. Matthews comes through. Toy to Stiller. Back to Toy. Just running him down almost was Bartlett, so he's forced to kick it, not with the greatest amount of purpose, and the Brisbane Lions can repel. Over the top of Henderson came the handball, but here to mop it up there is Darcy Cameron Reeves. Interjecting there was Smith. Well done from him. Sainsbury can't quite hold on to it. Smith works hard and just bustles it forward, and Whedon runs it over the boundary line. Half forward for Aspley. So they're trying hard. They just can't quite get the result at the moment.
Boundary throw in, Forbes. Conway, well wrapped up. They've kept him pretty close all day, haven't they, Cots, Isaac Conway?
Yeah, after half-time. He certainly had plenty of it before half-time, but they've locked down on him now. Good experience for the young fella.
Interesting to see that Satchel's done a fantastic job on Bartlett in this final quarter. So the tagger who tagged Banfield for 3 quarters now gone on to Bartlett, and it's kept him quiet as well. So Satchel doing a good nullifying job there. Stanley kicked towards full forward. Oh, Dallas might have got his opponent high. Play on the call, pops one over the top. Forbes gets there, plays on, and kicks a behind. Sums up the day. They rushed it forward. Could have had a shot, a proper shot on goal, played on, point.
Certainly missed the shot on Jordan Burke there. But the umpires generally have been good. As we see Hayes bring it out long. McKeever was there, couldn't quite take it. Now the Lions are away. Batoli Simmons. It was an errant handball that got it to him. Up over the top there was Stanley. Just couldn't quite find Lyle the kick, and Stanley was able to take it, and he finds Reed. Reed off to Bevan. Forced to just stop in his tracks, but now got a handball off to Conway. Conway on the left, out towards Sainsbury. Just pushes off his opponent, which was Hayes, and Hayes just bustles it over the line, but the umpire says throw it in. 35 metres around from the Aspley goal. So 20 minutes gone this last quarter. The margin still a big one. Still 41 points. So Forbes hits it down. Sainsbury around the corner. A nice finish. A good consolation. A good setup around the stoppage, and it was about time that the Aspley Hornets took full advantage at Sainsbury. It's his third for the day. So 10-12-72, the Lions 16-11-107.
Make sure you stay with us too, folks. After the game, we'll have the on-field interviews of as many players and coaches as we can get.
So, Jason, do you think that was a set play there by the Hornets at that stoppage?
It looked that way, certainly. Eddie Sainsbury got on the move beautifully, and what a fantastic finish. You wouldn't get better.
Ball back in the middle, umpire Stevens to get us back underway. 35 points the margin. What a great day of footy it has been. That third quarter, the Lions really opening up, kicking into the breeze and kicking 6-2. And the Hornets, they'll go forward again here. Ives out of the middle, got it to Clark. And now Clark is marked. If he kicks this, the margin is 29 after the 22-minute mark of the final quarter. We have been caught, well, I know I have. I've been calling it game over since the middle stages of the third quarter, but miracles do happen. Clark comes in, kicked a goal in the first term, and he has missed.
Gee, they've missed some opportunities this quarter, haven't they? Three real gettable ones.
2 goals, 6 in fact. They've kicked Cots 2 goals, 6 to 2 goals, 3 in this final term.
So Crisp got the free kick, got the mark, I should say, from the kick in. Can go longer up towards Archie Smith. Haven't seen him much in this second half. A heavy clash just in front of us. The ball came to Hutchison, to Wagner, to Thompson. Goes over the top now. Can't quite mark it there was Paparone. Now just working through. Looked like he got a high one, Bertoli Simmons, but now he's caught with the footy. But the umpire says, "I'll ball it up." Just forward to centre for Aspley. Approaching 23 minutes. Longer over the top. Sainsbury's in there again. Brisbane bring the ball out. This time it's Banfield. Just looking for a player. Just kicks it into space in front of him. Smith puts a pressure on Newell. Just bats it over the head and says, "I'll try and get there." Just keeps it in. Keeps working. It's a war of attrition down there from that point of view. And we will have a free kick. And advantage paid. And Cornelius will have a free kick a bit further on, I believe. Will we? Yes, we will. It's against Aspley, and it's going to Aaron Cornelius. Might be a trip, was it?
Yeah, I think it might have been a trip back at the original contest there, so he's paid it downfield, I believe.
So Cornelius coming in for his 6th goal of the game.
So he'll kick the banana, one would have thought, and he does. And he hooks it around nicely. Even from our vantage point here, you could see that. Just swung beautifully with the breeze. And that is a half dozen for Aaron Cornelius.
Do you think Coach Blair will come back to the... it was the second quarter. Reece Toy had the ball in the forward pocket, about to have a shot on goal to make it a 4-point ball game. Forbes comes on, or off the ground, and creates a free kick right here on centre wing. Do we think that is the defining moment of the game where things really turn? Or am I just clutching at straws a little bit?
I think you'll find that Brisbane have been the better side in this second half, and they really have overwhelmed the Aspley Hornets. But certainly the incidents like that and the ill discipline certainly hasn't helped the cause and confidence of the Hornets.
The Lions have been very disciplined, haven't they, today? They've
bought into it, as we see Banfield well wrapped up there by Thompson. In there as well as Pendlebury. And the umpire says, "I'll have it." It's almost at centre half forward for the Brisbane Lions.
Cots, if you had to give a Joe Grant medal now, who would win it?
Oh, it's a hard one, isn't it? Cornelius has got 6. Paddy Weird has been very good down back, hasn't he? And so has McKeever. And I like Bartlett, but he has been quiet after the third quarter. Probably Paddy Weirden or Aaron Cornelius for mine.
And I'll go with O'Brien for mine. As we see Aspley bring the ball out. Here's Ives, just turns and goes. Comes in the middle of the ground, a risky kick, looking for Hughes. It was Newell was in the way there. Here's Henderson for the Lions. Goes out, looking for the big fella. in Michael. Just bounces before him and eludes him. Copeland can mop up, can go over the top to Forbes, can go over the top again, and just finds a target, this time in Toy. Gives it by hand to Wagner, who kicks it poorly, and the Brisbane Lions have got it once again.
Looking for Batoli. Simmons got it on the bounce to Bartlett. Really opened the game up in that third quarter. Kicked 2 goals and would have had at least 10 to 12 touches. Kick inside 50, at the back close. He marks. He'll go back at the 26-minute mark of the final quarter and have a shot on goal and make the margin 46 if he kicks truly.
O'Brien a chance, you think, Cots?
Oh, yeah, Kangaroo. That's number 34 you're talking about. Yeah, no, he's been terrific too. So it's really hard because it's been such an even effort across the board, in my opinion. So he'd be right up there, no doubt.
Share the load. That's part of footy as we see close come in.
He's got 2 already here, Kanga. This will make it 3 for the match. Margin 46, ball's on its way, and we wait on the goal umpire. The crowd's happy, and the Lions are happy. Aaron Cornelius singles all clear, and it will be a Lions premiership in 2013, folks. Margin 46 points. Pop the champagne now, Lee Harding. Back-to-back premiers.
Sure, the champagne will be popped. Very measured has been Lee Harding all day, but we'll see a bit of jubilation, hopefully, for the sake of his players. The Lions coaching box is right next to us, and we're looking at them now, and they all look still very tuned in. Doggy Watts pointing like he wants a home run to finish.
He is doing it.
Like the natural.
But they came here, they meant business, and they've carried on. It's been great.
So Longer off to O'Brien, to Chris. Interjecting there was Matthews, but they come away again, the Lions. Might have been Pendlebury. Goes inside to Bartlett. A little bit of junk time now. And the players can rack them up if they're good enough. The lesser lights will be looking to get a few extra touches to say that they've got a little bit more to go with their premiership medal, but they'll be proud as well. All the NEAFL top-up players for the Brisbane Lions reserves in this NEAFL competition. They've done well.
I reckon this kick here is the Joe Grant medal right here, right now.
And it looks like it's not a bad kick at all.
That's it.
It's a beauty.
It's a goal. It is a 52-point margin. And that, my friend, Callum Bartlett, he's got 3. And I just think he's the Joe Grant medal. What did he have till half-time? We've got stats to half-time. He had 11 touches to half-time. I reckon he's had probably 15 since then. He'll probably have 30 touches and 3 goals.
Certainly been very influential, and it'll be a tough contest. You crystal balled beautifully earlier with Jordan Lyle kicking a goal at the other end there, so if that's any indication, you're going all right.
And Billy Longer in the ruck's one I missed, I reckon.
Yeah, he's been very manful in the ruck.
Oh, he's hit them lace out all day.
Make sure you stick with us after the siren, folks. We'll get all the celebrations, and we'll get Jason Cotter down on the ground to get some on-field interviews with the players and coaches.
They're still working hard. Here's Ryan Thompson. Got it from Matthews. There to Clark. Goes over the top. Here's Matthews again. Chased down beautifully by Banfield. There's Longer. Goes over the top. Looking for Lyle, but coming out to me there was Hutchison. Just a volleyball spiking it was... that was Clark. Over to Stanley. Over to Bevan now. They're on the outer wing. Bevan well run down. They get it again. This is French. Just chips it over the top and finds Matthews.
Matthews looks to use it. Comes inboard. Bevan. Thumping kick from 75. Goes towards full forward. Mark will be taken here by Ives. And on the stroke of the 30th minute of this final quarter, with the margin at 52, Ives will come in and have a shot on goal. James Ives comes in from 40 metres directly in front, and he hasn't quite connected it the best, but that's a goal. And the Hornets fans, they might be able to cheer for something, but they won't quite get the premiership medal. But Cots, it's been a fantastic season by Coach Blair and also the Hornets to come from second last in 2012 to up to a grand final.
It certainly argues well for the future for them, and they'll be stronger and bigger and better next year in the all-new NEAFL competition. So it's a credit to Tony Tucker and the whole outfit out there at Aspley. They've done a tremendous job this year.
And a lot of the players, Jason, have been the younger brigade that have really come through and held the ship together. I know that we've had Bushy Copeland and obviously Cheney Stiller and the like in terms of the experience, but a lot of that enthusiasm has really come from the younger crowd.
Absolutely.
Ball back in the middle. Only, well, a minute or so, you'd think, to the final siren. 31 minutes gone. Well umpired today as well. Umpires Baldwin, Stevens and Hall. Great job by all the men and ladies in green. As O'Brien comes in, takes a bounce. Is this some cream on the cake? No, it's not. It's a full-time siren.
I'll tell you what, if you kicked that, I was going to call him the Joe Grant medalist.
And it's full-time. Brisbane Lions are premiers in the 2013 NEAFL Northern Conference Grand Final. 19-11, 125 to 11-13, 79. Just quickly, your thoughts, Mark Kennedy, and then we'll go down to Jason Cotter on the bound.
Well, it really was that first half an enthralling contest. We saw, even though Aspley were kicking with the breeze, they couldn't quite break free, but they had plenty of the ball. Scores were level at quarter time. And even at halftime, the margin was only 11 points in favour of Brisbane, and really was an arm wrestle, and it could have gone either way. The turning point was that third quarter, kicking against the breeze. The Brisbane Lions kicked 6 goals 3 to a 1 goal 2, and that really, with their run and carry and their precise handling of the football, really was a ball game there. The last quarter was a bit more of a canter, but it was stacks on the mill as far as the Brisbane Lions were concerned through the midfield. They lined up after half-time, worked extremely hard and deserved their terrific win through a number of hard-working players.
Now, Cots, if you can you go in there and grab Clint Watts, the assistant coach for the Brisbane Lions. He's been there for the last 2 victories. He was Coach of the Year, or young Coach of the Year in 2013, as voted on Monday. Cots, I'll go to you now. You've got Clint Watts.
Yeah, I've got Clint with me now, Clint. Like a fantastic game of footy by the boys, and put the foot down in the third quarter. Bartlett and Crisp and these type of guys really instrumental in getting that 6 goal to 2 margin at 3/4 time.
Yeah, I think at half-time we had to change a few things up forward. Our forwards were too far away from the ball, getting disconnected at time, but I think the midfield just lifted and away we went. So
very even effort, and I thought the top-up kids were fantastic for you.
Yeah, I think for most of the year we've just had to back them in down back. We put the kids down there. We're never worried about them being one out in the goal square. They're 16 and 17-year-olds and they've got themselves a flag. So we just back them in. You just got to back them in. They're great kids and they want to learn. It's great for them. Absolutely.
Thanks, Clint. And just finally, full marks to Aspley. What a great year they've had, and to fight it out all the way just speaks volumes for the club and their future.
Yeah, absolutely. We've said from the day dot, the first time we played them, they're the best we've come up against. They just keep trying to win the game of footy, and Blairy's a crafty old bugger. He keeps us on our toes in the box. But no, we're a big rap for Aspley, and as you can see again, they've played the game out to the death. So congratulations to them on a good year.
Well done, mate.
Thanks there, Clint Watts and Cots. Just going through the goal kickers for the Lions. Cornelius had 6. Bartlett with 3, 2 each to Lyle Paparone, and then singles to Cameron Reeves, Crisp, and also Longo. While for Aspley, Sainsbury kicked 3, 2 to Shaney Stiller, but there wasn't much power down forward. Singles to Ives, Clark, Conway, Forbes, Colch, and James. But the bigger names, Hughes went goalless, as did James Nellis. Mark Kennedy.
Yeah, I think they just didn't get enough clean footy. But credit where credit's due is that Burke was fantastic back there. I think all the defence, I think Michael was back there for a little bit, and also the likes of the midfielders pushing back and really helping out. I think young Daniel Henderson was very good back there as well. There were plenty of players that really made an impact for the Brisbane Lions, and I think that was a telling factor, and the pressure around the ground. And as Jason Cotter called during the game, the tackling pressure and the tackles that stuck for the Brisbane Lions were a decisive factor in making sure that Aspley couldn't get that run and carry that they so desired, and they've had for the vast majority of the year, which made them such a good side.
Trying to keep an eye on where Cots is. Is he still out there, Kanga?
Yeah, tell him to stand up. out there. He's waving at us now.
Now, Cots, if you come across a player that wants to have a chat, maybe get on to Aaron Cornelius, the number 44 in there. Have a quick chat to him while you're going through it. But as Cots said, they opened up in that third quarter.
I got big Jordan. I got big Jordan Lyle here, mate.
Yeah, go with it.
Here's Jordan. Jordan, just a great team effort today.
Yeah, it was. I thought our backline was fantastic. They were probably the standout. We had 4 tall forwards, so it looked like it was going to be a bit for them to handle, but their defence actually did really well as well. So it was a pretty even contest. I suppose we just a little bit more classy in front of goals.
Yeah, and were you happy with the young top-up kids today, the effort and the input they had for you?
Yeah, every year the academy kids we get and even the kids from around the clubs around Queensland do their job. Like, they come in, play their role. It makes it so much easier for us. It's just like 5 or 6 positions on the field that just get automatically filled, and then we can worry about going and playing football.
Yeah, so you've come off 3 goals against Geelong and 3 goals again today. You'll be looking forward to a good AFL year next year, I would imagine.
That's what I'm hoping, yeah. I played 8 games in the seniors this year, so hoping to improve on that and hopefully play more games next year.
Thanks, Jordan, very much.
Great to hear the words of Jordan Lyle and how gracious and accepting he is of those NEAFL top-up players with that side, because sometimes it is difficult for those boys that come in, play their role, and as we heard Doggy Watts, the assistant coach, also say that they had no choice but to back those young fellows in. And I think those bottom 7 or 8 players have been great contributors along with all the listed players, and have helped make what is a terrific victory here for the Brisbane Lions. And again, it was to the tune of how many points there, Riddler? It was
46.
46 points, so the margin blew out.
I might have Lee Harding here, boys.
Yeah, go with it, Cots. Good on you.
Lee, could I have a quick word? Great effort today all round by the boys. What were you most happiest about?
Even contribution from everybody. I thought our backs were superb. I went to change our forwards in the second half, and we sort of had targets to go to that were close enough to go to, and then our middies just got the job done as well.
Yeah, I know.
We seem to have lost.
Wins fine.
Just breaking up with Jason Cotter down there. So we will just interject there for a moment, Cots, as we're about to cross down there now to Bob Batty, who is the master of ceremonies.
Do we know who won Sydney Swans game?
But before we get on to the victors, obviously it takes 2 to tango, and this club have gone another level with the doyen of coaching in South East Queensland, John Blair. He's got a great track record of getting his teams in grand finals. This year's been no exception.
Winners lost to the
playoffs in the grand finals. Please make him welcome to the microphone, the coach of the Aspley Hornets, to say a few words. John Blair, ladies and gentlemen.
Representing all the people very well next week, and the success as well. So, to the guys from Aspley and to all the people that are associated with the football club, I'd like to thank you very much for your efforts throughout the season. We're a proud football club, and I think that everybody will have to respect the culture that you guys have grown throughout the year. And what you've been doing this number system is fantastic. And from today, we're going to let encourage it. We're not against the best, and we realise that we still have a way to go, but we can work hard to get there, and for our faithful supporters, I think all that we can do is promise you that we'll be back here again next year's time, and I'll tell you once again to do the best job.
Well, thank you, John, and well done on a great year here at the Hornets. Okay, earlier this week in the Grogan Medal Night, AFL Queensland chairman, a man who's put a lot of time into football, has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'd like to invite up now Darryl Gray to assist with the announcement of the Joe Grant Medal to be awarded to the best player on the ground in the conference final. Thank you, Darryl.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Up choice today, the one player stood out from the Brisbane Lions, Jack Griff. Congratulations.
Jack, you can't get down from there without saying a few words. You get after the club.
Obviously, firstly, fantastic for that day. Obviously, Johnny, good job for you.
Well, congratulations, Jack. You had a marvellous final series. Okay, the coach in his first year at the Brisbane Lions was development coach Lee Harding. He had a great career at North Melbourne. He worked his way through the TAC Cup and the VFL to get on the list. And this year, in his first year as a development coach of the Brisbane Lions, he's upheld the record that Nathan had last year of getting his side to win the Northern Conference final. Please make him welcome Lee Harding, ladies and gentlemen. And Michael Conlon to assist as well.
Thanks for the game. Was fought right to the end. I think it was the two best teams in the Northern Conference going out. So we had a great year. I'm sure that you're looking forward to next year and what the future holds for you boys. So well done to John and his boys. Thanks for the game. To the boys, a great work tonight again, I thought. But our backs were very, very good. Immediately in the second half, got the job done. The boards gave us targets. A real good team effort from all involved. For all the people that came out and supported the game, there's a lot of Aspley fans, there's also a lot of Brisbane Lions fans as well. So put on a good spectacle, and I'm sure we'll walk away with a great result. For all the Brisbane Lions, but a great game for this team today. For all the coaching staff representing the Brisbane Lions and helping throughout the year was thanks very much. Obviously, I'm not a Brisbane game next week, and I'm sure we'll do the Northern Conference round next week for the Eastern Conference. Again, to all the boys, boys who deserve this. To the captains, Aaron Cornelius and Teddy Danford, come up here, boys, and let's celebrate this day.
Yeah, well done, Lee. We'll get the captains up there, Aaron Cornelius and Teddy Danford, the two captains. Mitch, if you want to shake your hands as well, mate, the two captains, and congratulate the Brisbane Lions. What a fantastic year. Well done there, guys. I think just before we get all the players up for the big photo, I just want to remind everyone next week, now we've got the NEAFL final, grand final, at the Hornets home ground there at Graham Road. Next Saturday, the 21st, 12:30 start. Get along and support the Brisbane Lions. But for this year, the Northern Conference winners, 2013, the Brisbane Lions, ladies and gentlemen.